shirt is a must-have in your closet. I was tired of floppy collars and shirts with sweat stains, so I got this shirt I saw on TV, and now I don't have to worry. I got it shipped in no time, and I switched from regular polos to this immediately. The brand is called Collar.
As Rayshon Jenkins getting pressure, and boy, he had a great first half. And then we have Hannah in Kentucky who says Carson Bruner with a big sack, excited for his future. Those responses are brought to you by South College, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We welcome those of you watching here on KDKA and around the globe on the NFL Network. Charlie, it's a beautiful night for football, and this guy's ready for the regular season, it appears to me.
Oh yeah, look at that. You can see him ready to go regardless of his regular season or preseason. Here is representing.
Steelers with the ball, trying to get something going, down 7 here. Caleb Johnson with a short gainer. Again, this only score of the game came on the very first possession as Geno Smith made a very nice play to get in the end zone. But Jelani Woods, he was 7 for 7 on a 10-play, 69-yard drive, and that's it. That's all we've had. The Steelers missed a field goal. Laith Marjan had a 44-yarder wide to the left. So it's 2nd and 7. Late third quarter. Steelers want to get something going here. Pressure from the backside, and once again it's going to be a sack by the Jets. Jack Driscoll was the offensive lineman who was beaten on that play. And that's Nate Lynn, number 92, came in there, and you'll see it right here.
You can see him just trying to fill it out. That edge will cut short. And anytime you do that, it's very tough to get your feet back around and gain leverage. All you can do is hold on, which he's trying to do to prevent all of the momentum going into the quarterback.
Nate Lynn was just signed this
All right, left
week
side of your screen, second half action in Pittsburgh. Right side, live look at Empower Field at Mile High, where Bo Nix set to lead the Broncos offense in his preseason debut as they host Jordan Love and the Packers. Kickoff moments away. You won't miss it here live on NFL Network. Until then, though, we go back live. Jets Steelers third quarter action.
Missing his intended receiver, Max Hurleman. Jets once again have done a great job against the Steelers offensive line most of this night, and there is a flag on the play.
Holding offense number 67. That penalty decline, 4th down.
So that's Brock Hoffman, the guard who was brought here by Mike McCarthy, played with him down in Dallas. He was called for holding. We've seen a number of holding calls, especially later in this game. So the Steelers are going to have to punt again.
Brock Hoffman, he's competing for that starting right guard. Even though that has not been announced yet, he's trying to continue to throw his name in the hat.
All right, so Cam Johnston has boomed a few here tonight as well. And they do have a return. The Jets trying to get some extra yards, can't do it, and that's Jamin Davis who came in. Jets go back on offense, and now it's time for a word from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Welcome to Pittsburgh. Game day, a shared experience between all of us. Another turnover. Shared by those who make history. T.J. Watt, strip sack. And those who witness it. Be there for every moment.
Physicality on full display.
All right, Jets get it. 1st and 10. That's Chip Traynum, who's one of their fullbacks out of Toledo. He was undrafted. touchdowns over 5 seasons, used as that fullback role. He got a big carry there. Landon Roberts. Still, he didn't miss a beat. He came in, boom, he's making a lot of plays in the second half.
One person that we're seeing out here, Jameer Davis, number 57. He's outside linebacker. Had one heck of a play on that special teams play. Let's see what he can do at this outside linebacker position. 6th year out of Kentucky.
Former first-round pick, too. 2nd and 6. Slant is diagnosed very well by the Steelers. And that's Quincy Skinner. Porter once again, 2nd stop on the night.
That's what you want right there, playing the sticks. He's right there at the first down marker, understanding that the ball is going to be in front. You have to stop, come up, make the tackle. He was able to do so.
Julius Welschoff's an interesting story. He continues to get better. German-born, he didn't start playing football until he was 16 years old. Took advantage of the international pathway exemption, and he's been here for a couple of years, Charlie, and he's getting better and better. He's 6'6" and new to football essentially, but making plays in the preseason. Once again, Traynham trying to plow his way close to first down yardage. He will be close but short.
Let's see what Aaron Glenn does here. He went for it, or at least attempted to go for it twice on 4th down. Right now he's bringing out the punt team. But you just mentioned Julius. I mean, you're limited football time, but one thing about it, he will pick the playbook up. He's a 2-time All-American, all Big Ten.
Weegan is back. McNamara is on again. It's turned into sort of a punting game at this point. Only 1 score on the night. Rogers, by the way, with 5 tackles this quarter alone. He leads the team in tackles tonight. So number 50 is picked up right where he left off here. Weegan trying to field this. He does. Bobbles it slightly, but a little risky play. Another flag goes down, but good play. He held on to it and got us some additional yardage.
There's a flag on his play. I know I mentioned about Julius, not all Big Ten. He was academic all Big Ten.
Yeah, very smart guy, and has used that to his advantage here.
During the kick, holding, kicking team number 42. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down.
All right, so penalties, which did not plague the Steelers in the first half, suddenly have become a problem here in the second half.
Half the distance.
And so what we talked about is one of the keys early in the game. Penalties, they have to limit them. They did a nice job in the first half, but last week they committed penalties on special teams, which prevented them from getting good field position, very similar to what you're seeing now, starting this drive on the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy's not going to be happy with that. And some of the lack of efficiency and big offensive opportunities. Let's see if Drew Aller can put together a long drive here. This one, if so, would be 95 yards. 25 seconds left in this third quarter, 7-0. Caleb Johnson remains in the game. Not much there. Again, over the right side of the line. It's about 4 yards. Now we're going to get a timeout, it looks like.
We should be going to the 4th quarter here, Bob. Sorry, I gave you wrong information.
No, that's all right. So time we're running out. We're through 3, and things have not changed. Steelers had a chance with a field goal, but it was missed from 44 yards. By Marjan, and right now it's 7-0. They trail, trying to get back in the game.
Okay, so as the Jets and Steelers get ready for the 4th quarter from Pittsburgh, we're going to get you ready for kickoff from Empower Field there in Denver. Brett Lewis, Mike Robinson, and Steve Mariucci. Packers, Broncos. Mooch, opportunity to see Bo Nix tonight.
Yeah, let's play. You know, he's recovering from that ankle that was fractured last year. Missed the playoff game against New England, and now he's back, and he's expecting a big-time year from this young quarterback with some new weapons, with Waddle, the best defense in the league, arguably, and we'll see what happens. This is going to be fun. Both starting quarterbacks going to go tonight.
Yeah, Packers getting the ball, too, so we'll see Jordan Love.
Yeah, Jordan Love. I got to see Jordan do better when he is pressured. I got to see him be clean tonight. I got to see him be decisive with the football and be situationally aware. That's something he talked about throughout the offseason, is focusing on situational times in the football game where they can get points, where they can't get sacks, things like that. Can't wait to see Jordan Love in this Green Bay Packers offense.
Yeah, no question. A great opportunity here live on NFL Network to see what Davis Webb looks like calling plays in Bo Nix's ear. So we're going to send it. We'll keep you posted, by the way, what's going on with Jets and Steelers. But we're going to send it out to Steve Levy and Ryan Harris for the kickoff on KUSA Denver.
And I'm telling you, with those numbers, as great as they are, Bo is just getting started with his skill at the quarterback position.
Packers have won the toss, and they want the football right away. They don't want to see Bo Nix on the field right away. They want to ease into this one. Will Lutz has the ball on a tee. The Packers in their traditional green and gold. Sky Moore and Bo Melton back deep. It is Sky Moore for Green Bay, 20-25-30, and a really good return out to the 38-yard line. A 25-yard return. Tyler Bidet on the special team stop for the Broncos. And we'll see this Green Bay offense. And I know, Ron, you're a massive fan of that man, Jordan Love.
I think Jordan Love's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. And if you're the Broncos defense, this is exactly who you want to see in the preseason. You're going to get tested in the pass game. They're going to run the football. There are going to be a lot of coaching tape and good points to learn from if you're the Broncos defense.
Marshawn Lloyd is in the backfield for Green Bay. No Josh Jacobs tonight for the Packers. On 1st and 10, play action. Love wants to throw. Left sideline. Wanted Christian Watson, and it was knocked away by Riley Moss. Players to watch. Brought to you by Empower. Make your game plan for financial freedom at empower.com.
For the Packers, it's going to start with Jordan Love, Marshawn Lloyd, and Kyle McCord looking to make another good game after an impressive first start for the Packers last week.
Yeah, McCord was so good last week, the Packers cut their 4th quarterback, Kyron Drones. They had seen enough. 2nd down and 10. Here's Love out of the shotgun. Broncos are threatening some pressure here. With the ball spotted at the 37. Here comes the blitz. It's picked up nicely. Love to Watson across the middle, and it's out and picked up by the Broncos. Riley Moss jumps on the football for Denver. They'll check to make sure he's down. He wasn't down, but the first turnover looked like Pat Surtain might have gotten in there.
And this is why Pat Surtain is an all-pro. He gets beat on the slant, but does he stop? Absolutely not. Goes to make the tackle, gets the ball out. A big point of emphasis for this defense. They want more turnovers this year than they had last year. So way to finish the play by Pat Surtain. And then Riley Moss picking up the football. 2nd time in as many games he's gotten his hands on the opposing team's ball.
Down by contact. 1st down, Green Bay.
So they're going to call it a catch and no turnover. Down by contact, Packers keep the football.
We'll take a look alongside you here. Again, though, I love the effort of Pat Surtain. And I mean, that's a split second. I think they got it right. And now if you're the Broncos, what an opportunity. You practice the sudden change. Your offense is on the field. Come back to the sideline offense. Defense, go back out there and get that ball back.
You could see Riley Moss grimacing. Looked like he was grabbing his rib cage area on the right side. And we are told he is headed to the blue tent, so we'll keep an eye on that. Packers maintain possession on this opening drive. 1st down and 10, just inside Broncos territory. Watson in motion, then splits back out to the right. Give is to Marshawn Lloyd, and he'll run ahead for 3, and to bring up a 2nd down. Some more players to watch, brought to you by Empower.
For the Broncos, it's going to start with Bo Nix. See the quarterback, of course, but then we're going to take a look at Alex Singleton. I think Alex Singleton is going to have his best year as a Bronco. Huge interception this week in practice. He's been all over the football. Jonah Ellis playing well, and then look out for J.L. Skinner. He's having one of the best camps out of any defensive player on the team.
Still trying to figure out the safety spot behind Jones and Hufanga. Who's maybe 3 and 4 there in the depth chart. Here's Lloyd again, met immediately, and Benito able to bring him down. Zach Allen was there first. It's a pickup of about a 1.5. Should bring up a 3rd down.
Zach Allen is absolutely manhandling the offensive line for the Packers. He's been in the backfield 2 straight plays now. He's an all-pro that's still looking to get that championship ring, and he's a huge leader for this defense.
Happy birthday, Zach Allen. Turned 29 years old yesterday. 3rd down and 5 for the Packers at the Denver 45. And it looked like they got Benito. And he points to himself, my bad. Lan Clark is our referee tonight.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 15, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
A little too eager.
Well, and it's going to be, Benito's going to be right here on your screen, and you usually have to be the adjacent lineman to move, and you see the receiver and the tackle move, so that also could have went against the Packers there.
Third down and inches. Chris Brooks now in the backfield. Watson motions into a slot. Heavy pressure up the middle. Love keeps it and throws. Incomplete. Broncos defense did a great job. Benito on the pressure. And to bring up a 4th and inches now in this part of the field. With this offense, looks like the offense will stay on the field.
Yeah, they're going to get that 4th and 1 situation. And how about Nick Benito? You get a penalty 1 play, and you don't let that stop you from being great. Pursues the quarterback, does not jump, and because he's gaining speed on Jordan Love, Love has to throw it away. Excellent play by Benito.
First big play of this preseason game. Brooks stays in the backfield. Those in attendance getting loud. 4th and inches. Love's under center. Play action. They're going to throw for it on 4th and inches. Lofted it is caught. Matthew Golden on the receiving end. Taken down by Surtain. But clearly had enough for the first down. Needed inches. Got 20 instead.
And I think you're seeing how much the Packers respect this Broncos defense. Everybody else is running the ball here on 4th and inches. But they wanted to see this situation with Jordan Love against a top-tier defense. And right now, if you're the Broncos, you're going to continue to see these middle crossing routes throughout the game. So it's going to be an opportunity for the Broncos defense to adjust as well.
Red zone fringe, just shy of the 20. Are the Packers. Marshawn Lloyd back in there. Love play action, throws across his body. Got a man, it's Drake Dabney. First-year player out of TCU. Picks up 6 on the play. Drive continues. Keys to the game, sponsored by Carrier West. Turn to the experts. Find a local dealer at carriercolorado.com.
Well, the keys to this game is to continue to generate turnovers. Not only did they have 2 last week, talking to Vance Joseph this week, he thought there were 2 more for them to get. And for all the players, you want to impress the coaches on this team and beyond in case you're not on the roster. For veterans, you want to show your skills and reliability. And for young players, you want to make that play that gets coaches talking about you on cut day.
2nd and 4 from the 14. Love handed off to Lloyd. Pick up a couple there. Like Brandon Jones made the tackle. He's said to be completely healthy, which is quite a statement there.
Well, he's a leader and a veteran on this team. He's seen a lot of football, has been fantastic in this Vance Joseph defense. They're counting on him big time this year for that playoff run.
If you're just joining us, we'll keep an eye on Riley Moss if he's able to return. And we're going to report from Cynthia or Scotty as soon as it becomes available. 3rd down and 2 from the 12. Watson motions through the formation. Inside handoff. Lloyd cuts to the outside. Left side. The Broncos are there. Surtain had him for a loss. And in the backfield, but he's able to stumble forward for a yard or 2. And let's see.
A lot of motion to the right, and then Lloyd to the left. And here you're seeing some of the reason why you put your starters in the preseason. A couple of missed tackles. Surtain's there, but he'll want to finish better, and he has finished better throughout his career. That's what you get. That's the experience you get in the preseason of, oh, yeah, I got to do this as well.
So close. We'll go to the virtual measurement. The league wants to practice this as well, even when it's not close. The NFL wants everyone taking a look, go through the mechanics of it. But this one actually is close and looks like it would be worthy of a virtual measurement. We didn't see any of these last week in the preseason opener.
We talked to Sean Payton. He misses the chain game. Me too. You know, we like seeing those. And even as a player, you like hearing it rustle out there. But
it's aesthetically pleasing to see the chain gang out on the field.
It is. But
here's your virtual measurement. And let's see how close. Maybe by half a football. Picked up the first down.
Now for the Broncos defense, their first-string defense, you're seeing all these situations. You had a 4th down. Now you've got a red zone. Now you've got a tight red zone situation here. So you're defending the goal line for the next 4 plays.
It is not an end goal situation. I guess they can still get a first down inside the 1. So it's 1st and 10. just outside the 10-yard line. Handoff. Marshawn Lloyd, 5 down, stumbles down to the 2, and a flag comes in. We'll check the marker. It's a run of 6.
Holding. Offense number 62. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Zach Allen drawing the hold because he's in the backfield again. This is the 4th time on this drive he's beaten the offensive lineman at the snap and been in the backfield. Did a little bit of embellishment. There's nothing wrong with that if it's for the home team. But you got to sell it sometimes, and all the veterans know that.
That's on Jacob Monk. Packers have some injury issues up front. He's a natural center. Looks like he might start at the right guard spot.
He's in a nightmare right now against Zach Allen.
1st and 20 from just outside the 20 now. Love out of the shotgun. Broncos rush 4. Throws. Matthew Golden able to haul it down. A flag comes in. Dropped at the 11 for a pickup of 8. Justin Sternad made the stop, and we'll check the penalty again.
Looks like defensive holding was a signal.
Pass interference. Defense number 40. That penalty's declined. Second down.
So that's on Sternad. So obviously decline that, and the ball will stay at the 11-yard line.
Couldn't catch what the referee said there at the end. It looks like they're resetting it to first down.
Yep. Look, they're walking the other way, though.
Hey, it's preseason for the rest. Isn't that what you say, Steve?
Preseason for everyone.
The other thing about conditioning that fans miss right now in this game, this is the most reps this defense has taken in a row since training camp. Usually do 6 reps for the starters, and they get out of there. So this is a good conditioning test for the season.
Yeah, Matt LaFleur wanted to know what was going on as well. More play action. Love off the back foot, waiting for Christian Watson to come across, and he is belted out of bounds. And I mean belted by Pat Surtain.
We could hear that all the way across the field and in the booth. And right after not wrapping up tight enough, Steve, what's Pat Surtain do? Knocks you out of bounds. And Christian Watson is a fantastic receiver. He was trying to deliver a blow, turning that corner, not against Pat Surtain.
Packers have run that play, I think, 5 times already. Fake the run to the right. Love throws out to the left. 2nd and 5 from the 13. Love hands off to Chris Brooks. He's met immediately by the Broncos defense, led by Talanoa Hufanga. Pick up a 2 on the play. Bring up a 3rd down and 3 from the 11. This is a time-consuming opening drive. These defensive starters are getting some good work here for Denver.
And it starts with Talanoa Hufanga in this one, all playing that safety position. First one to make contact, just a yard behind the line of scrimmage. So everybody's on their P's and Q's to start the game.
3rd down and 3 from the Denver 11. Out of the gun. Love now creeps to the line. Can see Alex Singleton changing the defense for Denver. Love to throw, looking left, waiting for a man coming across the middle. It's the running back, Marshawn Lloyd, into the end zone for the touchdown. 11 yards from Jordan Love, and that's an impressive game-opening drive for the Green Bay Packers.
Defensive mix-up, you called it out, Steve, to start. They got caught in a blitz. Alex Singleton checked out of it, but it looks like not everybody got the message. So Jordan Love's going to get the ball, finds the open receiver. It's going to be a finish from there, but the big thing was just a miscommunication, left the middle of that field open. You had 2 players dropping in the zone to the middle that didn't have anybody to cover, but an excellent finish by the Packers, and a lot to learn from if you're the Broncos defense on that drive.
Here's Trey Smack, which is my new favorite name for a kicker. And he smacks it through. Extra point is good.
Take another look at the touchdown here to show you what it looked like.
If you know luxury, it's not just award-winning, it's rewarding. Sattva mattresses support all types of sleepers with durable steel coils and plush organic cotton. Sattva luxury mattresses are handcrafted and assembled in American factories using globally sourced premium materials and brought directly to you with our complimentary in-home delivery and setup service. Sattva, luxury mattresses made affordable.
When Saturday rolls around, I don't want to jump through hoops to watch college football. Good thing DirecTV makes it easy to keep up with my favorite college teams. No hopping between apps or channels.
Stream college football without the hurdles on DirecTV.
The DQ Blizzard Double Flip deal is here. Buy one Blizzard treat and get a second for just 99 cents.
99 cents? That's bananas.
1, 2, 3, we got a DQ flavor, Savannah Bud. The Blizzard Double Flip deal. Limited time. Get it in the DQ app.
If you watch football on TV, you need Fubo. Get NFL coverage, NFL Red Zone from NFL Network, and more. Streaming live on all your devices. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
Bathroom visits got a reputation? Febreze Bathroom has 4 times the strength to fight tough odors continuously, leaving freshness for 45 days. No outlets required, so everyone can breathe easy.
Brett Lewis from our NFL Network studios in Los Angeles. 7-0 Packers, Broncos. You won't miss anything there. We'll get you back to Denver here shortly. Right now, though, we're catching up in the fourth quarter action from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh with the Jets up 10-0 on the Steelers.
Right now, 10-0 Jets have the lead so far tonight. In case you just tuned in late, Howard 10 of 15 in the first half, 74 yards but 2 interceptions. Drew Aller so far in this half is 6 of 10 for 68 yards. The Steelers are going to try to get something. Deshaun Jameson back along with Max Hurleman this time. Cade York will be kicking off. And it's going to be taken by Hurleman. Hurleman gets across the 25, across the 30-yard line, and the Steelers will have decent field position to start this drive. Drew Aller trying to get things going. 27 yards on that return.
Drive here, you should expect the Steelers press the tempo a little bit. You still have 7 minutes on this clock here. They have to score in a hurry if they want to put themselves in position to win this game.
Mike McCarthy calls the plays. Last week, a lot of successful plays over the middle. Jets defense, give them credit tonight. They've played very well. They put pressure on. They've, I think, been better in the trenches on several occasions here, and let's make it tough on the Steelers' offensive line. Here's Aller again under pressure, and again he goes down. Once again, that's Nate Lynn. That's his second one of the night. He's been a force on that defensive line and edge rushing position.
This is one here where the offensive line has to do a better job of protecting. You know it's obviously passing situation for the rest of the game here. They have to firm it up to allow Drew Aller to get the ball out of his hand.
Broderick Jones has been in there an awful lot. Again, his snap total will be high tonight. He's been looking backwards a couple of times as well tonight. So still a lot of work to be done by some of those guys on that offensive line. That was a loss of 10. So that's 2nd and 20 now. Steelers trying to dig out again. Negative yard and distance. And this is Eli Heidenreich. That's his best run of the night. Let's go downstairs. Missy Matthews has more.
Well, guys, after last season, the Steelers decided to switch the playing surface from Kentucky Bluegrass to Tahoma 31 Bermuda grass. The new mixture that's more resistant to colder conditions like winter here in Pittsburgh. And team president Art Rooney II said other stadiums across the country have had success with it. It was installed in July so that the sod had time to take root.
It looks beautiful so far in this preseason, no doubt about it. Steelers trying to get some traction here on this surface. That's a pass, and it's incomplete. Brown once again defensively. That was intended for Jacoby Kearney-James. Those two number 30s for the Jets have played well. Brown on defense and Bergen on offense with a big reception before that field goal.
Yes, it is. James, first year out of UMass, just couldn't create enough separation right there.
Cameron Johnston's been a busy man. And this is the man who had that big interception that led to the field goal. Junior Bergen gets away from a couple of players before he's down 28-yard line. That's where the Jets will go to work. Time is on their side. 5:22 left after a 7-yard return on a 51-yard punt. 10-0 New York.
The Welcome Home celebration is going on now, and this is your best chance to get into a Mercedes-Benz GLC or GLE. Smart, intuitive, more personal, and now more attainable. Experience the technology, the luxury, and the personalization for yourself. Hurry in for exceptional lease and financing offers now during the Welcome Home celebration.
Being Chad Powers is hard.
Do you really want to stop winning? Everything you say is so stupid.
Chad is stupid. That is the point of the character.
I know your secret, Chad.
Please do not get caught.
What's the worst that can happen?
He actually murders you?
Look, if you're... comfortable long sleeves, and the collars stay stiff all day. Get 20% off today using code TV at collarsandco.com.
If sitting hurts, it's not just age, it's your chair. Most chairs push on your lower back with a lumbar support, but that's not how your spine actually stabilizes. It's time to fix your sit with Anthros. Our precision posture system has 2 unique supports for restoring your natural S-curve and reducing disc pressure by up to 40%. Try Anthros for 60 days risk-free. If your body doesn't feel the difference, your money back. It's time to fix your sit at anthros.com.
All right, Rhett Lewis back here with an NFL Network game break. Jordan Love, excellent first drive for the Packers in Denver. Up 7-0 on a touchdown. And now Bo Nix, his first preseason action on the run, trying to connect with Cortland Sutton. Trying to drag those feet, but could not. That was incomplete. But an excellent effort by the veteran receiver. Toes just up. Play was reviewed. Did stay incomplete. 3rd and 5 for Bo Nix. Oh, Broncos fans gotta love seeing that. Jalen Waddle with his first grab from Bo Nix in a Broncos uni. Showcasing the speed. We'll keep you posted on all the action there between the Packers and Broncos in Denver. For now, though, back to Pittsburgh. Jets and Steelers, 4th quarter action.
He was there last year, went 0-4, 2 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He got in, late in the season. Justin Fields was there, and he was playing with a team that at that point was a little in disarray. They went 3-14 last year. Last week, though, he got into the game, was 9 of 15, 108 yards, and a pretty good effort.
And they have not truly named their backup quarterback to Geno Smith. So a lot of these guys are all competing for that in hopes of being one play away if you're backing up.
2nd and 4 handoff. Up the middle to Sam Scott. He's going nowhere. In fact, driven backwards right there. Kevin Jabi, number 92, is there to meet him. There you see the quarterbacks. We've talked a lot about how many quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers, of course, will be your starter. Mason Rudolph, Mike McCarthy sounded as if, he's seen enough.
And that's it. When your top 2 do not play, he wants to get the reps to the young guys in the manner that he did today with starting Will Howard and Drew Aller finishing it. So this is the method that they took. How much will we see these guys next week in the final preseason game?
Jets are 5 of 13 on 3rd down. Cook rolling, throwing. Good tackle right there, and that's going to be short of 1st down yardage. Andrew Beck was the man who made the reception. Now they call it incomplete.
So this is what you want if you're the Steelers. Stop clock right here, 3:46 on the clock as they ruled it incomplete, so they will put some time back on the clock here.
Jack Henderson was in coverage.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass.
Take a look at it again.
Please reset the game clock to 3:58. It will start at the snap.
That gives them about 22 seconds added on.
Thank you.
With that incomplete pass. So now the Steelers see if they can get a good return here, or maybe potentially set up for the block.
Yeah, originally the linesman over there called it a reception, and they quickly changed that. McNamara is punting once again for the Jets. Steelers need some plays here in field position on special teams. Give them a little bit of jolt. Max Hurleman is back deep to receive this one. Sideline, a good kick again by McNamara. Hurleman meets a wall at about the 22-yard line, and that's where the Steelers go to work, down 10 with only 3:48 left. Dean Clark was one of those back there special teams for the Jets.
3:48 here. You know you're in obviously passing situations here, and they have to go 79 yards to put the ball in the end zone, or maybe get close enough, kick a field goal, and attempt an onside kick here. So who knows how this is going to play out here.
Mike McCarthy would just like to get something going here offensively. Travis Homer is now in the game for the first time tonight, behind Drew Aller, who's been the quarterback since halftime, first half. In case you join us late, Will Howard, 2 interceptions on the night, a 38 passer rating, so not what he wanted in his first start here in the preseason. Aller delivers, and it's incomplete. That was Powell. The thing about Powell is from Clemson, but when you count, he has 2 Super Bowl rings. He was with Kansas City when they won twice. He has a college football playoff championship with Clemson, and then he has one for the DC Uniters. So he has 4 rings.
Which one you think is the biggest there?
The Chiefs, I'm sure it is, but that's a pretty good resume for not really having an opportunity to play. He was a UFL champion, I think, last year. Aller over the middle, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. That's like McCree, who we were just talking about. It looked like the pass was there. Could have been first down yardage. Sets up instead 3rd and 10. But that's pretty good resume for not really having an opportunity to play.
Blitz is coming to the left. Ball has to get out of his hands. Finds the right hot guy. Have to make that catch.
And he knew it.
Yep. He was right away. Clapping, realizing that was a big play. That would have gave them a new set of downs.
That's like McCree, who we were just talking about. It looked like the pass was there. Could have been first down. 3rd and 10. The Steelers need to get better on 3rd down conversions, and this would be a good time to do it in this game.
To the left. Ball has to get out of his hands. Finds the right hot guy.
Throwing good coverage once again.
Right away. Clapping, realizing
that was again Kenny James, who was the intended receiver. Not much available there, and they're going to have to punt once again.
Tough one there, not able to get separation there. Aller had to get it around the defender. Places it right on the outside, giving his receiver an opportunity to catch the ball. Better play defensively by Jordan Clark.
That was again Kenny James. They don't want to be shut out. The last time it happened in the preseason, you have to go all the way back to 2016. Once again. It doesn't happen very often in this stadium for sure. Cam Johnston once again.
Separation there. Aller had to get it around the defender. Places it right on the outside.
Bergen is back there to get it. Up to the middle he goes. Missed what he did so well in FCF football. 8 return touchdowns, which is why the Jets this week just brought him in very last minute. 54 yards on that kick, but straight up the middle for 30 yards goes Junior Bergen. Very often in this stadium.
He's patient, setting it up, foot in the ground, accelerates. Splits defenders. You're trying to make a play. You want to do so on special teams to catch the coach's attention.
Touchdowns, which is why the Jets this week just brought him in very last minute. 54 yards. Blake Harrison signed a 2-year deal for $10 million last year. He's in a very crowded position right now, especially with the arrival of Landon Roberts.
Splits defenders. Speculation as far as what's going to happen, and you just don't know. You want to do so on special. But next week's game for sure is going to be a huge indicator on who makes that 53 in that career.
Nice run by Chip. Out of position right now, especially with the arrival of Landon Roberts.
Speculation as far as what's going to happen.
Not much happened here tonight for the Steelers. You wanted to talk about the United Way. I know we haven't had a chance. Perhaps we'll do it in a bit because I know you have a central role in that organization, which is celebrating 100 years.
United Way is celebrating 100 years, and I've been a part of it since I entered into the league back back in 1998, so 28 seasons with the United Way, supporting what they have to accomplish there. And I think, you know, for me, getting a call from Art Rooney being the spokesperson back in 2005, and I did that for 7 years, and also sat on the board for a number of years there. Truly a big supporter of United Way and everything that they do throughout Southwestern Pennsylvania.
Charlie, you're one of the most active guys in the community. Always appreciate that. Best of the Patch Foundation. And you say no to nobody, which I admire. Chip Trainer,
spokesperson.
Nice carry right there.
For 7 years, and also sat on the board for a number of years there.
Pretty much Jets have had their way here.
Big supporter of
Von Boykin was the tackler. Training is from Toledo.
Second of the half. 30 seconds in late.
Patch Foundation.
Even though it's a preseason here.
Set the game clock for 3:09. 3:09.
Mike McCarthy is not allowing this time to bleed off the clock. He called the timeout. He's trying to get the football back so he can get into the end zone, put some points on the board here. Hopefully walking away from somewhat okay being able to put points on the board. You never want to be blank in a game right now.
Yeah, you don't want to lose the time of possession battle either. And when your offense has trouble, then the defense is on there quite a bit. Although the defense tonight has done a fairly good job outside of that first drive, which went for 69 yards and a Geno Smith touchdown. That was it. And then the field goal. Train him here. After a big pass play, but generally speaking, a lot of good pressure on quarterbacks. 4 sacks on the night when your offense has trouble. The defense
will be 30 seconds in length. Please set the game clock to 3:05. 3:05.
When you look at just the way that the game goes, yes, it's 10 points on the board. Defensively, you take away that first drive where Geno Smith drove the length of the field, put 7 points on the board. They did their job. Unfortunately, the turnovers here in this game, taking them out of scoring range, missing a field goal, just can't happen. That's just been everything that went on here today. So when you look at just the way that the game goes, yes, it's 10 points on the board.
Landon Roberts very helpful to even the officials.
That first drive, that's 11 years right
now. He knows how to get in the best interest with those guys. Second and 10 now.
Taking them out of scoring range, missing a field goal.
Sam Scott. So far tonight,
when
you look at the team passer rating for the Steelers, last week was outstanding at 128 collectively, 27 to 33. So far tonight, 39.7. And there are going to be ups and downs. Never young quarterback. As I said, a lot of this is how you handle those adversities. What do you do next?
That's it. That's all you can do, right? It's a learning point. Yes, you're not game planning for these games. You want to make sure you're going through your reads, making the proper reads. And unfortunately, when you do, ball placement has to be a little bit better. 2 turnovers here tonight, and that's why you see the score 10.
Tom Arthur, quarterback coach, talking to Drew Aller right there. A lot to work on. Getting set for the Buffalo Bills next Thursday night. Sam Scott once again.
Yes, you're not game planning for these games.
Not much there. Probably heading right for the 2-minute warning.
Ball placement. The Jets will press it tempo as if they were going to go, but right now they should call a play, take it right to the 2-minute
quarterback coach talking to Drew Aller right there. Arthur's one of the holdovers from Mike Tomlin's staff, has a really good resume as a player and a coach.
This is the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes remaining in this football game. It's been pretty much Jets all night, 10-0. Your score. We'll see what the Steelers can make a play on defense when we come back at Acrisure Stadium. Arthur's one of the holdovers.
You want to know a key part of my training? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aero Burst. High-performance running shoes that help me put in work. Because while you've got to walk before you run, you've got to run before you walk. Skechers Aero Burst. It's comfort that performs.
My human loves an upgrade, so he switched to Verizon and gets the newest phone every year with the Simplicity plan, like the new Google Pixel 11 Pro.
Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aero Burst. High-performance running shoes that help me put in work.
Gemini, order me 8 large cheese pizzas for delivery ASAP.
Thankfully, Gemini can upgrade this situation too. Good boy, Jim.
Switch to Verizon. Get 1 line on the Simplicity plan and Google Pixel 11 Pro today. Plus the latest phone every year. All for just $80 a month.
Dinner is simple.
Blackouts, empty shelves, rising prices. The world is unpredictable. That's why my family is prepared with the 3-month survival toolkit for Patriots. And right now, you'll get 2 bonus
Switch to Verizon. Get 1 line on the Simplicity plan and Google Pixel
meals that last
plus the
25
latest phone
years.
every year.
Hand-packed
All for
right
just
in the
$80 a
USA.
month.
When disaster hits, I want blackouts. non-chaos. Take action today. Get your 3-month survival toolkit plus 2 months free. That's why MyPatriots.com. Before the Steelers survival toolkit for Patriots.
What did
Right
you
now,
bring
visit
back from your last
Verizon
trip?
app.
Get one line on the Simplicity plan.
A dummy you'll never forget. Nature truly feels like a bit of local art, a soulmate for the week. Finding out you love a good poncho and glamping, and that durian is everything they say it is. Everywhere you go with Marriott Convoy shapes you, making you the greatest souvenir of all. Explore our entire world of hotel brands and experiences. Nature truly feels like a bit of local art, a soulmate for the week. Finding out you love a good
Whatever the moment,
and
make it a cocktail.
and that durian
On
is
the rocks,
everything they say it
bartender-created
is. Everywhere you
cocktails.
go with Marriott
There's
Convoy
nothing
shapes
like
you,
being in a
making you
stadium
the
on
greatest
game
souvenir
day.
of all. Explore our entire world of hotel brands and
Smell.
experiences.
Sights. Sounds.
A bit of local art.
Get to your seat. Take it all in. Feel the energy swell with every big play.
On the rocks, bartender-created.
Or the crowd. It gives them chills like no kid watching at home.
Purchase tickets through the NFL's trusted and verified ticketing partners.
Sounds.
Brett Lewis now with an NFL Network
Get to
game
your
break
seat.
in Denver.
Take it
Terrific
all in.
opening drive by Jordan Love of the Green Bay Packers. Had him up 7-0, but back came Bo Nix. Look at this throw and catch from the running back R.J. Harvey in the end zone. Edgerrin Cooper draped all over him, no problem. And this drive was aided by a 35-yard catch from Jalen Waddle, his first for Bo Nix. And terrific
Game
work by
break
the
in
Broncos'
Denver.
second
Take it all
opening drive by Jordan Love of the Green Bay Packers. 7-0 right now in Denver. Big day of football coming up for you Saturday. Saquon Barkley live on NFL Network will pitch out to Denver just as soon as the Jets and Steelers go final from Pittsburgh. And this drive was aided by a 35-yard catch from Jalen Waddle.
And they ruled out a touchdown. He might have been short with Skinner. In one-on-one coverage and put it right on the money. You didn't expect that with 2 minutes left. Looked like they were just going to run this thing out. See Jameson in coverage. He's grabbing it too. They're going to give him the touchdown because he was knocked down after he hit the ground.
A little push off there. He was able to get away from it. Down on the ground.
31 yards.
Nobody in the stadium expected that one for sure. They were going to attempt to run the football, pick up the first down, bleed the clock out, but the Jets never thought.
He was very happy. Cade York on to attempt an extra point.
A little push off there. He was able to get away from it.
He missed a 58-yard field goal earlier in this game, so they're trying to make it 17-0. That one 6 plays, 49 yards, took a minute 28 seconds. The Steelers get some time to try to work out some of their offensive problems with one final possession perhaps.
See the referee getting that accelerated on a scoring replay, making sure that that leg did not touch any body part. The Jet receiver that did not confirm touchdown.
17-0. That one 6. Sean Jameson could have done that. He could have touched it. That would have been the 1 yard line. You never know what could happen after that. And that extra point was good. So it's 17-0. Jets strike quickly there. Brady Cook. To Quincy Skinner, 31 yards. And once again, take a look at the scoring drive presented by Kia. 6 plays, 49 yards. Sean Jameson Skinner, 31 yards from Brady Cook last week. Had a pretty good outing as well as he battles for the backup quarterback of the Jets, Cade Klubnik. May have the inside track there. He's a 4th-round pick this year, but Bailey Zappi certainly has experience, and so does Cook. So it'll be a very interesting battle behind their starter, Geno Smith, who did look very good tonight. 6 plays, 49 yards.
Getting to play like that, just running the go ball. Skinner, he was able to do that. First year out of Vanderbilt, free agent.
For the backup quarterback of the
Able to
Jets,
get behind Jameson, scoring a touchdown right there. Sure,
the football will
essentially bounce his way into the end zone.
Jason Sanders will kick this off as they alternate all night. You know, and the Jets, they knew they needed help on defense. They brought in Trevonde Sweat from Texas. They also big acquisition, Joseph Asai. We didn't see him so much tonight. Jameson will be back deep along with Hurley, but they knew they needed to shore up on their defense, which did not produce many turnovers, if at all, no interceptions. They've done a pretty good job of that. Hurley has it. You know, and the Jets, they knew they needed a little bit of an opening up the middle across the 30 to 32-yard line from Texas. They also have their back on offense, 31 yards. Joseph Asai not return him so much tonight. Max Hurley is back deep along with Hurley, but they knew they needed to shore up.
Still in evaluation mode, so they're going to run a 2-minute drill to see if they can put some points on the board. Something that Michael Carlton has run consistently throughout wants to now put this in stadium, and let's see what these young guys can do out there.
31 yards on that return. Aller's operating in the shotgun.
Still in evaluation mode.
As time gets it off. Jakeem Bell makes the reception there. Wilson in coverage. Bell doesn't get much playing time out of Florida State. 7th round pick of New England a couple of years ago. Aller's operating in the shotgun. Clark once again part of that tackle. He made a good read. He's been doing a good job covering next to the reception. Here's a reception over the middle. That goes to Isaiah Winstead. Much playing time out of Florida State. That's 15 yards for Winstead. He's from East Carolina. So a lot of guys get an opportunity to play who have not yet played. Good throw by Allen.
Spent some time with the 49ers there too.
Backpedaling. It's another receiver. Jumps Bell once again. Here's a reception over the right, Charlie. Let's see what they do. This point scores irrelevant. Show us what you got on offense in this kind of situation. All learning opportunities.
That's it. He's still in evaluation mode. Even though training camp is officially broke up in St. Vincent's, still a huge opportunity for this organization to evaluate all players out here they're trying to configure with this 53-man roster.
Kenny James with that reception. He's had a couple of those tonight. Gain of 6, 3rd down and 4. 25 seconds left in this game. Pressure. He stands up, faces, delivers, and it's ruled a catch over there. That's Isaiah Winstead again.
See right now, Durala trying to press the tempo just in case he did not get his feet in.
He's had a couple of those tonight. Good job, though. Winstead did that.
That is a catch. Right now, okay, Drew, we're good.
Pressure. He stands up, faces, 19 seconds left. Allen, and this time over the middle, out of the stands of his intended receiver, Jakeem Bell, who's right there again, but thought he might get it on the rebound, but he didn't.
That's one right there. You see Drew.
Good job, though.
Not much more he can do at that point. He realizes throttles Drew. We're good. His receiver down because he realized there's going to be a collision. Bell has to make that one. Catch it the first time. And they're now sitting at the 10-yard line, unfortunately. Ball with the football. Pushes them back to the 27-yard line. That's one right there. You see Drew.
Dean Clark has been busy back there. Along with Chase Wilson, both those guys have had good nights defensively for the Jets. So far in this drive, Allen's 5 for 6, 42 yards. Sings it over the middle, in and out of the hands. It was a little bit maybe behind his intended receiver, Lance Mason. But it goes as an incomplete pass. Dean Clark has been busy back
trying to
there.
take the shot down the middle.
Along with Chase Wilson, both those guys have had good nights
Nice placement. Just not able
so far in this drive, Allen's
as a Jets defender. He gets just enough of his arm in there to deflect that pass.
So Aller, if he put it out just another foot, maybe more of a chance for the receiver there. Instead, it could be the last play of the game there, 17-0. And a 3rd and 10. Aller's going to go for the end zone. And it's incomplete. He was looking for some flags, not going to get them. That was Cornell Powell, so Aller intended receiver for Pittsburgh. Maybe more of a chance for the receiver there. Instead,
McCarthy is not
could be the last play of the game.
running his field goal unit out there to avoid the shutout. He says, no, we're going to play one more play. You'll see the Jets defenders all line up in the end zone. And let's see.
He was looking for some flags, not going to get them.
They throw the Hail Mary or they're actually going to attempt to run some design play.
All right, final play of the game here.
Running his field goal unit out there to avoid the shutout. He says, no.
Pressure stepping up as Aller trying to get away from it. He does. He fires into the end zone but overthrows everyone. Just a good job to get out of the pressure there. It looked like a potential sack at that. Fittingly is how this game's going.
Well, tough night for those young quarterbacks in Pittsburgh. They get shut out, 17-0 Jets on top. Here's what you missed in the Packers-Broncos matchup. How about Marshawn Lloyd on the receiving end of this Jordan Love touchdown in the opening drive for Green Bay? Texas route. First touchdown ever. Preseason, regular season, or otherwise for the 2024 third-round pick out of USC. How about Bo Nix? Not to be outdone, connected with his new target here, Imran.
Jalen Waddle, explosive catches. This is why he was brought to this team.
How about Marshall? Big time. Look at how fired up he is right there. And then Bo Nix.
One-on-one against a linebacker. Piece of cake.
Preseason, regular season.
Good coverage. Nice drive by both the stars.
RB touchdown. And we were square at 7 at that point. We get another look at it. Terrific hands by the back for the Broncos. Okay, we just had a field goal go through. 53 yards for the Broncos. 10-7.
One-on-one against a linebacker. Piece of cake.
School is back, and Dick's has the hottest friends everyone loves. From Adidas, Verse, and FP Movement. Plus, most wanted brands like Nike, DSG, and Jordan. Start strong with Retro Run, Clean Core Classics, and new favorites to win your gear. For on and off the field, Dick's has the gear to perform your best. Earn points on every purchase with your scorecard, and unlock even more with our new Scorecard Plus membership. Download the app and sign up now. It's never been easier to sport your style. Most wanted brands like Nike,
Sitting hurts. It's not just age, it's your chair. Most chairs push on your lower back with a lumbar support, but that's not how your spine actually stabilizes. It's time to fix your sit with Anthros. Our precision posture system has 2 unique supports for restoring your natural S-curve and reducing disc pressure by up to 40%. Try Anthros sitting 60 days risk-free. If your body doesn't feel the difference, most your money back. Push on your lower it's time to fix your sit at Anthros.com.
Paul Revere here.
It's time to fix your sit with Anthros.
They are the only nationwide walkie-talkie
without any monthly fee. Restoring your natural S-curve and reducing disc pressure by up to 40%.
Notoriously unreliable during emergencies,
60 days
and when you're in the middle of
If
nowhere.
your body doesn't feel the difference, most your money
radios are
back.
great for emergency
Time to
preparedness.
fix your
Keep
sit
in touch with
at
loved ones.
Anthros.com.
You make me so proud. Source Rapid Radio.
Over.
Get up to 60% off today, plus free shipping at rapidradios.com.
The finest luxury fragrances are now exclusively available on everything you wash. Unstoppable's unlimited collection. Add it to your wash and everything will smell divine. Luxury laundry scent beads so you can smell unstoppable.
You think you're the first ones to be young and enjoy anymore?
Don't attack.
FX's Adults premieres on FXX. All episodes stream monthly.
Add it to your wash and everything will smell divine. Luxury laundry scent beads so you can smell unstoppable.
Time to meet the players, sponsored by Ford. Check out the official trucks and SUVs of your Denver Broncos.
That Waddle brings changes the eyes of defenders. And how about that? They have a touchdown drive and both the receivers are saying, hey, what can we get better?
Here's Pierre Strong on the kick return, has some daylight, sideline, beats Lutz 40, 35, and just shy of the Denver 30. Pierre Strong Jr., massive special teams play, a 68-yard kick return.
Not what you want if you're the Broncos, and if you're Strong, that's exactly what you want to put on tape to make the team. He's going to start upfield and break it out to his left, your right as it goes on the screen. Untouched until about 30 yards into the run. But what a play by Fresh Jr. getting in there and making sure it's not a touchdown. Fresh wants that on film as well.
There are jobs to be won and lost on special teams. Hand off to Lloyd. Trying to stay on his feet. Flags come in. Pick up a yard or two. We'll see the marker. Again, Land Clark, our referee.
Offense number 52. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
That's Jagger Burton, the rookie out of Kentucky. 5th-round draft pick by the Packers.
Lyman's nightmare, getting a penalty in the preseason, but you got to be able to shake it off. That's part of this too in the preseason. It's not just the things you do in the play. How do you recover from a bad play? And we saw that with Pat Surtain, not finishing a tackle, and then he knocks the guy out of bounds by 3 yards. I mean, that's the kind of learning you want to do even as a veteran to make sure that you're ready when this season gets started.
You know, we were talking about Fernando Mendoza, had the pick 6 the other night. You said that could be a positive, right?
Absolutely.
How do you respond And you told a good story about Peyton Manning in your days with the Broncos.
Yep, Peyton Manning threw an interception, pick 6, got in the huddle 2 plays later and said, hey, we're throwing a touchdown if they give you man-to-man coverage, Emmanuel. They did. We threw a touchdown. I thought, what incredible confidence. You're going to make mistakes. What do you do next? That's the NFL. That's really every profession that you could get into.
And regardless if you're an all-timer like a Peyton Manning, you're going to face some adversity at some point.
Absolutely. And I love bringing it to Bo Nix. His first interception, they said, can you walk us through what happened? He said, yeah, step back, threw it to the wrong team. That's all he said. I mean, he has a process for everything, and that's what you need your quarterback to have.
2nd down and 11. Blitz coming. Tyrod Taylor has time, throws sideline, not even close. Airmails it for Bo Melton. Chris Abrams-Drain had the coverage for the Broncos.
Chris Abrams-Drain putting together a great training camp. This defensive secondary is really 3 deep. They got players 3 deep that could start anywhere in the NFL.
3rd and 11. It sounds like some regular season noise.
Shout out to Broncos country showing up.
We're not in Atlanta anymore. Tyrod Taylor, little pump fake and dumps it off to Chris Brooks. Nothing doing there. Corette Reed first on it, pick up a 1 on the play. Reed had the tip last week that led to the Jahdae Barrett 95-yard house call.
Corette Reed, to me, is on this roster. He's played his tail off, and you always want your linebacker to be near the football. You think about, like, Ray Lewis was always just by the football, and Reed has that kind of a tenacity and presence when he's playing linebacker.
Trey Smack hit a couple of 58-yard field goals a week ago. One was wiped out due to penalty. This from 51. Rookie kicker. Snap of the place. Kick on the way. And wow, that's close to perfect. Packers have really struggled in the kicker department recently. In recent years, Smack might be their guy. Looks like nearly a full house tonight here in Denver for preseason game number 2. Knicks night looks to be finished. Really good return to the field here at Mile High. 6 of 9, 76 yards. Had the touchdown to RJ there. 3 of 4 on 3rd down. Did you see everything you wanted to see out of Bo Nix tonight?
I did. He moved the pocket. He ran and booted. He delivered the ball on target. He was calm the entire night. And look at him smiling. He knows what place this is in this season for him. This was all about coming out, executing with Davis Webb in his ear, and putting a touchdown drive together, which he did. So you are thrilled if you're the Broncos staff about Bo Nix tonight.
Colby Katzis down the left sideline. Listen to the roar from the crowd. 40 yards on the return. Colby Katzis, rookie out of Northern Arizona, from the 5 and showed off some sideline speed.
Just gets through the traffic. Says, okay, you want to return a kick? Well, we can do that too. Katzis putting the play on tape that tells the coaches, hey, you need to put me on this roster.
Again, Marvin Mims is likely the #1 return guy, still dealing with the soft tissue injury. Jarrett Stidham in the football game as Nix's night will be done. Tyler Bidet in the backfield. On 1st down and 10, pitch to Bidet on the right, little stutter step. Forget about it. Packers are right there. Jaleel McLaughlin with the carry and not much doing there. Some of the numbers on Jarrett Stidham for his NFL career.
He wants to come out, have a good game here. One of the things when you have a tough game like he had in the AFC Championship game, you come back to that same field, you want to create new memories because you remember, oh, this part of the field, this happened. So Jarrett Stidham looking to build on his Week 1 performance.
After the loss of 5, checks it down to McLaughlin, flag flies. Maybe falls forward for a yard. Tyron Harper for the Packers.
Holding. Offense number 73. That penalty's declined. 3rd down.
Frank Crum is flagged for Denver. Some of the Stidham action. Had a great opening scoring drive last week in Atlanta.
It started by hitting Pat Bryant, and then he got Cortland Sutton on the deep ball and really created a lot of success from different situations there in the backed up, right on the goal line, getting the ball out, creating some room, and then a little bit of ad-lib for a touchdown pass there to Jaleel McLaughlin.
See what he has dialed up on 3rd and 14 under pressure. Stidham able to escape, and now he'll slide down well shy of midfield. Pickup of 5, needed 14. Brenton Cox Jr. was chasing Stidham the whole way.
Not a lot of time in the pocket, but what I love here is Jarrett Stidham trying to make anything possible, get any kind of positive yardage. And now the Broncos can flip the field with this punt. Even though it was a 4-yard gain, he was able to get beyond that line of scrimmage and give a chance here to down it inside the 10.
Jeremy Crawshaw is on to punt for the first time tonight. Sky Moore is back deep for the Packers. Crawshaw boots it away. Moore's drifting back, now steps up at the 6. Little zigzag, right sideline, and is thrown down. 40 on the punt, 14 on the return. We'll keep an eye on the kick return and punt return coverage for the Broncos after giving up some yardage in special teams. Could you work out in that locker room?
I did not, but I would now.
You would now. The Broncos last month moved into a brand spanking new facility, Broncos Park, powered by Common Spirit, to the tune of 240,000 square feet, state-of-the-art training center. Owners Carrie and Greg Penner spared no expense. It is still glistening. Players seem so hyped about it.
Yep, I got to walk through it with the other Broncos alumni, and just an incredible facility. And you can tell when you step in there, it is all from the viewpoint of what do players need. The recovery is right next to the locker room on the way to the parking lot. So now as a player, you got to say, no, I don't need to recover. I'm going to go home.
Right.
So you're forcing them to exercise as well as recover. And then owners also put a bookshelf with performance books in there like Atomic Habits. I gave some suggestions as well. Never Split the Difference, The Alchemist. So really, the ownership is really trying to take care of the total athlete that they have in the Broncos facility.
You mentioned the parking lot. They have an underground parking lot protecting the players' cars and their bodies from the Denver elements, which is a nice touch as well. Sailed incomplete on the sideline. So an expanded training room, cryotherapy room, dry float tank, therapy pools, sleep pods. They got a fuel bar for pre and post practice nutrition, upgraded weight room with new equipment. That's where I would be hanging out.
Of course. I've seen your biceps.
But that's me. Don't sleep on the tries also.
Yeah, you got to work them both sides. But, you know, it's really awesome, too. Everything is in line. You come off the field, there's a little station there to get your protein shakes. You come out of the locker room, there's your lunchroom.
Shotgun snap on third down. Taylor off the mark again. He's slow to get up, and there are flags out. Abrams-Drain had the coverage on Bo Melton, and let's sort this one out.
Jahdae Barron's going to come in with the hit here. Boom. Ooh. You will feel that in the morning.
Pass interference. Defense number 31. First down to spot the foul.
Yeah, so Barron, that's not the flag on the play. Melton was waving for a flag the entire time and got the pass interference. And that's on Abrams-Drain.
Now, if you're Abrams-Drain, you got to flush it out of your mind, focus on the play call, and execute. Abrams-Drain's had an amazing preseason in the last game as well as in training camp. Mistakes will happen. How will you handle it?
23-yard penalty. 9 minutes to go, second quarter here in Denver. Taylor appears to be okay. Flips it back for Sky Moore, right sideline. They'll make a couple of Broncos miss. Pick up about 5. Down to Scotty.
Ryan, you guys missed out on the best facility or best thing that they have at the brand new facility. They have a golf simulator. Oh. I got to take a few hacks. I shanked them all, but they have it. It's really cool.
Pat Surtain, they say, is leading the clubhouse behind Will Lutz. Some say Will Lutz might be the best athlete on the field, but Pat Surtain's chasing him, and what a fun thing to be able to do after practice. Hey guys, let's go play Augusta, huh, Steve?
Second down and 4. Pierre Strong Jr. had the big special teams return, and they're on the run. Abrams-Drain brings him down after the pickup at 12. And that facility is not just for the current Broncos. That is a recruiting tool as well, right?
Absolutely.
Future free agents. Guys are constantly talking about facilities league-wide, and the Broncos want to be in first place there, too.
And ownership, not every ownership group thinks about the recovery aspect of the athletes, and it's really important, especially when you're playing through January into February, where the Broncos hope to be.
Again, it's Strong. Just shy of the 30, 7 yards off the right side there. What the ownership is doing, they're trying to eliminate excuses, right?
Absolutely.
We've given you everything to reach peak performance as a player, as a team. Now it's on you, and go win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, we gave you the expectation and the standard of what how we're seeing this team, and we want you on board. You're gonna have to do the work.
We gave you the head coach.
Yep.
Another 5-year extension for Sean Payton, future Hall of Fame coach.
No doubt.
Brooks is swallowed up immediately for no gain. Dondre Tillman made the stop. Time now for a word from our friends at Venue.
Denver Metro is getting a bold new stage. Venue brings the heat indoors with the Hall in Centennial, a 2,000-capacity music hall and dining destination inspired by Ford Amphitheater, featuring Venue's signature Luxe Fire Suites. Own a 6-person indoor fire suite with cash, finance, or triple net with strong annual returns. Inventory is limited. Inquire now at venue.live/centennial.
Let's see what's going on here. There's zeros on the play clock, and they shut it down.
Play clock operator, please set the clock to 25 seconds.
There's been a couple of miscues or misactions here by the referees. That one in the first quarter, they're moving back after penalty. That was strange, but everybody figuring out how to do this NFL thing this season on the field tonight.
Preseason week number 2. All leading up to September the 14th, Monday Night Football, with the Broncos open at Arrowhead in Kansas City. Here's Taylor on the move, scrambling, throws as he's hit, and it goes incomplete. And a flag comes in on the sideline. Q Robinson, see if he took some liberties.
No, Q Robinson's effort is what drew the penalty. Because he hit Taylor, I think they're going to get
personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 51, a 15-yard penalty, first down.
Oh, I don't know about that. He hit him inbounds while he was throwing, and then a Packers player actually hit Q Robinson afterwards. You'll see here, Q Robinson, the ball is in Taylor's hand. I don't know where the penalty, maybe because he landed with his weight on him, something that I think, and I'm an offensive lineman, I think that's tough for D linemen, but at the end of the play, Robinson gets shoved. I thought they were going to call it on the Packers.
Second penalty on a third down on this drive. Red zone opportunity for Green Bay, tied at 10. Here's Chris Brooks to the 15, pick up a 3.
Broncos defense now wanting to protect the red zone. They've been the best defense in the NFL last season in the red zone, defending that goal line. Even though the 2s and 3s are in, you want to see that they understand the coaching points and how to run this defense in this part of the field to have confidence in putting them in if the season allows.
Back to Brooks. And he'll fall on top of people. Get to the 11. Pick up a 4. Here's Scotty.
Hey guys, something different than last year is the place that Sean Payton stands while the defense is on the field. You'll notice he's the closest person to the defense. Of course, he doesn't have to call the plays, so unlike last year, he's not sitting down and chatting with Bo Nix. He's much more involved with Vance Joseph and his defense, much more involved with the entire unit of this team rather than just the offense. It's different for him this year. It looks like he's enjoying that.
I think it's going to be better for the team. Last week, he took a timeout towards the end of the second quarter to give his defense a rest. He's watching the whole game.
Taylor throws on 3rd and 2. Melton goes up high to get it in front of Abrams Drain for 7 and picks up the first down. It'll bring up a 1st and goal now for the Packers. Good pickup by you, Scotty, on the position of Peyton on the sideline.
And Vance Joseph told us that they expect teams to get rid of the football quickly because of the pass rush. So these quick hitting slants are going to keep coming at the Broncos because their defense is so good, particularly up front.
68 sacks last season for Denver, a franchise record, led the NFL, and by a large margin. First down and goal for Green Bay. And they're going to shut it down for the play. It looks like we get a timeout there. I don't see a flag out.
Timeout.
The referee's confused.
Yeah, which side?
Green Bay, the first of the half. It'll be 30 seconds in length.
We got there together, Steve.
Land can chuckle at himself, self-deprecating, sure, why not? If you're just joining us, the Broncos lost a timeout earlier on a
Cortland Sutton.
Sean Payton had a failed challenge.
Yep. Cortland Sutton had a non-catch, an incomplete catch, I guess it ended up being.
So the Packers, they have some history here in Denver. You remember last year, They went into Denver. They were 9-3-1, Green Bay was. They were a half a game out of the #1 seed in the NFC, had a 10-point lead in Denver. Broncos came back. Micah Parsons was injured in that game, and the Packers did not win a single game again. Lost all 4 regular season games and lost in the opening game of the playoffs. A nightmare for Green Bay and Denver last season. On the ground is Strong. Back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal.
Right now, part of the plan for the Packers, you want to run this football, keep that clock rolling. You want to try and, of course, score. You want to get as much clock down as you can, not to give the Broncos some extra time.
Of course, Matt LaFleur calls the offense. The head coach of the Green Bay Packers.
He's got a little gray on that beard now, Steve. He was so young when he started.
11th play of the drive is upcoming. Tyrod Taylor's taken a beating already. Handoff to Strong, straight ahead. The Broncos were there, ready, willing, and able. Going to bring up a 3rd and goal.
Stout defense. Jordan Miller clogging up the middle, nowhere really to go. Hugh Robinson getting in there.
Onyedem, I think the rookie, was there as well.
Yep. If I'm the Packers here, I'm going to roll the pocket to the left and try and get some kind of motion pass, a sprint left option pass.
3rd and goal. Some regular season kind of noise here at Mile High. Shotgun snap. Taylor brings it down, throws for the end zone. It is juggled and caught, and one official went to say touchdown. The other said no. It's Will Shepherd, and there'll be a conversation. One official was motioning to put his arms in the air, touchdown. The other official, the back edge of the end zone, was saying no, incomplete. And we need a call on the field, and after further discussion, the call is touchdown. It's Will Shepherd, first-year player out of Colorado.
Fun for Shepherd, played right down the street, down in Boulder. I don't know that he got both feet in. We'll watch it with you here. I don't think he got it, Steve. That's 1 foot. That works in college, not in the pros. That's
Is that toe
maybe
tap
that toe
down?
did tap. Okay.
And does he have full possession of the ball when it does tap down?
Okay, that left foot was down. Congrats to Shepherd, catching it where you went to college. Sean Payton in regular season mode too. Hey, you better come over and talk to me about that decision.
Now all scoring plays are automatically reviewed, so you can't challenge there. Smack is on for the extra point and boots it through. The Packers open up a 17-10 lead. Tyrod Taylor finds Will Shepherd, put Green Bay on top.
What a
13-10, approaching halftime here in Denver. Hey, the Broncos Huddle is back on Channel 9. Starting September 18th, every Friday at 6:30. Join Scotty Gage, Mike Kliss, and player guests for unique Broncos insight each week throughout the season. Broncos Huddle, Fridays at 6:30, right here on Channel 9. Couple of tough breaks for the Broncos on defense on that last Packers touchdown drive. A drive that was extended on a defensive pass interference on a 3rd and 8. Packers had a 3rd and 3. The Broncos were flagged for a roughing the passer.
I still thought that was a tough roughing the passer call. I know you're not supposed to land on the quarterback. And Q Robinson just doing his best to play good football.
Colby Katzis was had some impressive moments in the return game. Won't get to the 30-yard line that time. Tonight's Rookie Spotlight is sponsored by the Royal Gorge Route Railroad. Tonight, we spotlight the rookie Tyler Onyedim. In his 90s, his parents moved from Nigeria to the United States. The Broncos' 3rd-round draft pick was a basketball and football star at John and Randolph High School in Richmond, Texas. A 3-star recruit in football. He played for 4 years at Iowa State before transferring to Texas A&M for his 5th year. Tyler Onyedim.
Got to see him last year when they played Notre Dame, and he was a wrecking ball.
Stidham across the middle, able to complete. Dane Key, welcome to the football game. His first target and grab is good for 35.
Quick decision by Jarrett Stidham. Surveys the field, delivers the ball on target to Key, who was wide open, which means he ran an excellent route to create the separation.
Here's Stidham's got some green in front of him, wants to throw, he flips it, little back shoulder, and everyone looking for a flag, and I don't see one. Key's the intended target. Benjamin St. Just is on the coverage for Green Bay.
Here, I love that Stidham quickly decides to get out, give himself some space, and he decides to throw this. Hey, it's the preseason, let's try it. But Key there, you got to sell it a little more. That's where you try to come through the defender a little more and then come out with your hands late to catch the ball. So Key will get that coaching point. I love the decision making. A little bit of moxie on this drive from Jarrett Stidham.
2nd down and 10. Broncos trailing by 7. Off the play fake. Stidham just throwing that into the turf. He didn't like what he saw. And it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Sometimes those defensive linemen see a running back hanging out behind the line. They just stop rushing. Quarterback can feel that right away. Literally, the ground's not trembling more and more, so he knew he had to get that ball into the ground, get to the next play.
Hey, just while we're talking about Onyedim and his time at Texas A&M, did you see the story that NFL players who might be cut are going back to college to play ball?
I like that. I mean, give these guys a chance. If you don't want them on your team, go let them play.
What a world we live in now. College sports is wild.
You never know the advice a player gets to in college, so.
Yep. I get it. Underneath to McLaughlin. Makes one man miss, not the second. To the 41, pick up a 5. Isaiah McDuffie the stop. And this could take us to the 2-minute warning. Get to practice your 2-minute offense here.
Yeah, and Jaleel McLaughlin, what I like there, he got down with the football and it did not come out. He had 1 fumble last week. And so for him to have that confidence of being in that kind of tackle, getting tackled by 4 or 5 players, but hanging on to the football, that's big for him.
This is a 2-minute warning. Timeout.
We'll come back with a 4th and 4 decision for the Broncos, trailing by 7.
Dude, this is a big game. Okay, fine.
Whoa, you got the game?
Yeah. Go. Yes. Are you guys watching the game? Yes, with NFL Plus.
It's 4th and goal, and the clock continues to tick.
Oh, no.
What will they do?
Get live, local, and primetime games on mobile with NFL Plus and keep the NFL in reach.
Steve Levy with Ryan Harris, Cynthia Freeland, and Scotty Gage here in Denver, Colorado on a 100-degree day. Woo. Yeah, kickoff temp was a modest 90 degrees. And the Broncos offense staying on the field on a 4th and 4 at the 41 of the Packers, and why not?
I like it. First, you don't want your backups to be in a 4th down situation for the first time in the regular season. So give these backups a chance to execute what you want to run on the 4th down situation.
Jaleel McLaughlin to the left of Jarrett Stidham. Packers showing some pressure. They don't come, just rush 4. Stidham steps up and fires right sideline, and it's incomplete. Want little Jordan Humphrey. Jalen Simpson had the coverage for the Packers.
Good throw from Stidham. He had protection, time, and then little Jordan Humphrey. What they want to do as a receiver, you want to leave 5 yards from the sideline to be able to make a play if the ball's inside like that. And there, it's a game of inches now, but little Jordan Humphrey, probably about 3.5, 4 yards. So not able to connect. And then also, again, you want to go through that defender. If you can't get there, get the flag.
Good body position by Jalen Simpson, first-year player out of Auburn. So the Packers take over on downs. This is completely different from anything we saw last week in Atlanta, where the Broncos just ran up and down the field. Kyle McCord is in at quarterback now for Green Bay. Comes out firing for 8 yards to J. Michael Sturdivant. And the officials come in right away. Clock is stopped, 1:42 left. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining.
I think that they got a buzzer from upstairs.
Due to the injury, timeout. Offense, their second of the half. It'll be 30 seconds in length.
So they're going to check on Sturdivant, who's a rookie out of Florida.
Sturdivant gets the catch here, goes down, and yeah, it looks like gets a shoulder to the helmet as he's falling down. Hats off to the team upstairs who's in control. Their whole job is to look for when a player gets hit in the head, buzzing the referees and telling them, hey, you got to get this player off the field for an evaluation. So that portion of the process working extremely well. And I think that's a great addition that the NFL has put in for the safety of the players and the longevity of their careers.
That was Red Murdoch and Brent Austin on the collision, the contact with Sturdivant. 2nd and 2. Just shy of midfield. Here's McCord. Quick throw out to the left. Hits Will Shepard for 5 yards. Clock continues to wind down to 90 seconds now.
Will Shepard, a rookie, but doing a veteran thing and returning the football to the referee.
Inside handoff. Pierre Strong Jr. has had a nice first half here. And a flag comes in and stops the clock with 1:19 left.
Packers have been very aggressive, using different cadences to surprise the defense.
Pickup of 8 if it stands.
Illegal block in the back. Offense, number 80. 10-yard penalty. First down.
It's the wide receiver, Isaiah Nair.
He'll be coming in from the right side of your screen. And it's going to be a push right there in the back. Can't do that. Good eye by the referee.
Makes it a 1st and 14. Push back to midfield. Here's McCord, throws high and brought in. What a job Nair does after being flagged. Goes up high to make the grab. Nair goes 6'4", 218. First-year player out of Nebraska, good for 9 yards. To the 41 of the Broncos. McCord, right sideline, and not that time. Nair again. Abrams-Drain has the advantage that one.
And Nair making sure that Abrams-Drain could not come up with the football. McCord throwing a dart. You almost had a one-handed catch if you're Chris Abrams-Drain right there.
Brings up a 3rd down and 4. Broncos bring the pressure right up the middle. McCord able to get rid of it, but his receiver, Caden Prather, never turned around, and it falls incomplete, and it's 4th down.
Red Murdoch getting in there on defense. Corinne Reed as well. Corinne Reed is just everywhere. By the quarterback, by the football, making tackles, making one-on-one tackles. I was impressed with Kyle McCord, though. His first action of the game, he's throwing darts out here.
Trey Smack will attempt a 59-yard field goal. Again, hit a couple from 58 a week ago. One that was wiped out due to penalty. Snap and the kick on the way. Wow, Trey Smack is money. Rookie out of Florida. The Packers use a 6th-round draft pick on the kicker, who really started in a shaky fashion in training camp, but has picked it up ever since then. And if you're a Packers fan out there, you know what a tough position the kicking spot has been, really, ever since Mason Crosby left. 5 different kickers the last 3 seasons. Green Bay hoping they have a keeper in Trey Smack.
Well, especially in a championship team, the kicking game, field goals, is often the last thing to be thought about. We had Brandon McManus the year we won the Super Bowl, scored more points than Peyton Manning, and that's what happens when you're in a playoff run. When you're on a championship run, you're going to need a field goal to win 1 to 7 games. And so the Packers found their guy. The Broncos, of course, have theirs in Will Lutz. I think possible Hall of Famer, too, in Will Lutz in the future.
Broncos find themselves trailing by 10. We'll see how they approach these final 50 seconds. Denver with 2 timeouts remaining.
To give you an example of how the kicking game impacts the game, there, if you're the Packers, you had some troubles and you couldn't get to the red zone, but you still got points at the end of it. So although you had failure, you still had success. That's the power of a good kicker.
Smack boots it away. Katzis, who's shown some flashes tonight, from the 5, the 20, and is slammed back at the 25-yard line. 24-yard return. Stay tuned during halftime of tonight's game for the 9 News Halftime Report. A quick look at today's headlines with news and weather. Colorado's news leader, 9 News. Again, this is so odd based on last week when everything was rolling right for the Broncos in Atlanta, winning to the tune of 27-7.
Got a great opportunity here, 2 timeouts.
Stidham throws, and it is intercepted. Intercepted, wanted Lucas Kroll, but it's picked off by Mark Perry. And quite frankly, the Broncos are fortunate that wasn't a pick 6.
Yeah, excellent play by Perry. Jarrett Stidham's just going to stare down Kroll the entire time. You got to look off the safety. Linebackers, you got to make sure they move their feet a little bit. Stidham throwing a good ball, just a little bit behind Kroll, which allows for Perry to make the play.
Yeah, Perry stays on his feet there. Woo. Mark Perry's a first-year player out of TCU. He's been on the Packers practice squad last season, 2 years ago on the Houston and New England practice squads.
You just saw what happens when a player makes a play. When a young player makes a play, everybody who's on the roster and confident about their spot, they're going to celebrate it because he just won the respect of his teammates.
There's Kyle McCord's numbers last week. Again, he was good enough that Green Bay management cut Kyron Drones after watching McCord's performance. Quick throw out to the right, incomplete. Wanted Keyshawn Johnson. That's Keyshawn, K-I-S-E-A-N, not Keyshawn, give me the damn ball, Johnson.
Okay. A lot of expectations with the last name Johnson being a pass catcher in the NFL. Cal McCord out here doing his best. Throwing the football around, having fun. Might have to fix his shoulder pads, though. I don't know if he's wearing a flak jacket or what.
Blitz comes up the middle. And it's knocked away, incomplete. Nair was the intended target. Abrams Drain had the coverage.
The Broncos defense can get a stop here. That's huge with that interception.
They're already in field goal range.
If you can keep it to a field goal, if you could get a turnover here, that's exactly what you want to hang your hat on going into halftime.
It's a 51-yard attempt from here, but Smack's already booted it through from 59, so shouldn't be a problem. Here's 3rd down and 10. Quick throw. We'll get some more yardage. Down to the 25. It's Shepard again for 9, and it brings up a 4th down and 2.
They're going to go for it, it looks like. And if I'm the Packers, I'm using cadence right here, get an easy 1st down. They might just let the clock run out too.
Clock winding. Green Bay has 1 timeout remaining.
That's the last thing I would do. You got young players out there, go give them a chance to play. Go give them that environment of feeling that clock and that pressure.
Matt LaFleur signals for a timeout there with 2 seconds left in the half.
They'll bring out the field goal unit. A little chicanery early here in the 2nd preseason game. Matt LaFleur smiling a little bit. So I bet you I made Sean Payton think a little bit there.
Chicanery is a fun word that is not used enough, I think.
I agree.
2 seconds to play in the half. Packers suffered a 28-9 loss to the Steelers in their preseason opener 1 week ago. The Packers will open the season for real September the 13th at Minnesota against their division rivals, the Vikings. We'll see Minnesota here next Friday night on 9 News. 43-yard attempt coming for Trey Smack. Would appear to be a chip shot for this kid after hitting from 59 earlier. Snap, place, kick is perfect. Zeros on the game clock. And Green Bay will add another score on. And the Packers will take a 23-10 lead over the Broncos into the locker room at halftime.
Excellent execution by the Packers there at the end of the game. And now the Broncos in a different spot for the first time in 8 preseason games. They're going to have their work cut out for them, but the good news for the Broncos, they start with the ball in the 3rd quarter.
You love that preseason winning streak.
I do. You got to practice winning.
No, I get it. If you're going to play, you might as well win.
And one of the things as a player, you get trust in the coaching staff and their play calls.
Down to Cynthia Freeland.
Coach, we got a chance to see Bo Nix tonight. It looked great from outside observers, but what did you see as his head coach?
Yeah, look, for the first time back where he's actually going against a different defense, I thought he was efficient. He's been moving well at practice, and that's really been the key evaluation. So no restrictions. Yeah, he'll be ready to go to start the year.
Coach, you've told us how important it is for quarterbacks not to take sacks. Can you tell us a little bit more about your philosophy?
Yeah, just a lot of times when you study those guys on college tape or even in pro tape, it's really more of a quarterback statistic than it is an offensive line statistic. And it's a strength of his. The ball comes out. That means they generally process pretty quickly. And it's also a strength of his relative to moving in the pocket or even getting out of trouble. So a lot of times that's hard to correct if it's a problem.
How great are these fans here tonight?
Well, it's a lot different than last week. It's listen, it's our first home game. There's over 70,000 people here. They love football.
And we love football too. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Very impressive turnout by this Denver crowd. See if the Broncos give them something to cheer about in the second half. Green Bay scores 16 unanswered points. And we go to the locker room. 23-10 Packers lead the Broncos. 9 News halftime report is next.
You guys there? Doug, you guys back? Anybody in the truck? Joel? So, hey, just for, yeah. Yeah, well, I couldn't risk that. I saw Kliss, and he said they're catching a lot of heat online that we do not have the down and distance graphic. Is that possible? Did we not have it the whole first half? I didn't see it on the screen, so. Okay. Just telling you what Kliss said, okay? It wasn't on my program monitor either. I'm using the scoreboard, so. Yep. 1 minute back, yep. What are we doing here, bud? Yep. With the chair out of there, bud? Just for yourself. What do you want to talk about here? Okay. Right. Yep. All right. So a quick opening thought, and then I'll get you to Bo.
Okay. Got yourself in a pickle here. I'm saying the Broncos.
Okay. I'm on a little bit dang. Oh no. We're seeing ourselves. We're gonna. Back in Denver, Green Bay Packers lead the Broncos 23-10. All those things that went right a week ago, not so much in the first half. It was so clean last week, but the NFL is week to week with Ryan Harris. I'm Steve Levy, and a lot to work on. We'll get to Bo Nix in a second, but a lot to work on in the second and third units there.
Absolutely, particularly on defense. You want to see a little bit more cohesiveness and communication. You want to see them get off the field, but they're in a great position to accept that challenge and come out in the second half and get that 9th straight win.
Yeah, Packers had a lot of long drives in that first half, but it all started with Bo Nix, and when Bo checked out, the Broncos had a 10-7 lead in the game.
Well, I like the way he went about his business, moving the pocket, delivering the ball on time, connected with Jalen Waddle like we all wanted to see, spread the ball around to multiple different receivers, and making key plays on the run. That's something that they're going to need from him. Sometimes the pocket breaks down, and you got to be able to make plays. And there, the between the numbers pass to R.J. Harvey, just a phenomenal throw.
First half stats are sponsored by Verizon. The Denver Broncos, powered by Verizon 5G. Look at the time of possession. Woo, 9-minute advantage, and those are those long drives. Now the Broncos helped out Green Bay. A couple of big penalties on third down, couldn't get off the field, and so on.
Well, they got a lot of situations. They got a lot of different film that they're going to go back and look at for teach tape. But now you just want to go out and win this half. You got to overcome the deficit that you worked yourself into and practice a come-from-behind victory, which you will have to do in the regular season.
Sean Payton always says the most important thing about these preseason games is a clean evaluation. So can you still have those clean evaluations in the second half while trying to get back in this football game? And we'll find out. Colby Katzis and Cameron Ross are back deep for the Broncos. Trey Smack kicks it away. Denver will get the first possession. Here's Cameron Ross. He's met by a host of green and won't get out to the 30-yard line. What do you think that halftime locker room was like for the Broncos?
Well, the first thing is you're telling people who's playing, who's not playing, who has to bring out their helmet, who doesn't. And then you talk to the guys who are going to be playing. Say, hey, Jarrett, here are the things that we're going to do when we come out. Here are the first 3 plays that we're thinking of. You get those guys thinking about it so that they can come out and have a successful drive to kick off the third quarter.
Are you surprised it's still Jarrett Stidham and not Sam Ehlinger to start the third quarter?
I am not. I think Jarrett Stidham has played his way into this number 2 position, which he was last year. But he's proven to his coaches that he can be trusted and that he will improve with every opportunity.
Tyler Bidet gets the carry. He'll pick up 3 to open up this second half. No J.K. Dobbins tonight. We saw R.J. Harvey, saw Jonah Coleman. We've seen Jaleel McLaughlin as well.
I saw J.K. Dobbins in practice this week, face mask to face mask with Malcolm Roach, talking trash, saying, hey, don't touch our quarterback, things like that. So they know what they have in J.K. Dobbins. good to give some opportunities to younger players, not only if they can make this roster, but perhaps another NFL roster if they're not able to make it with the Broncos.
2nd down and 7. Will Jordan Humphrey in motion to the right. Jarrett Stidham, the veteran. It's Bidet running behind Adam Prentice for 3. And I bring up a 3rd and 4.
3rd and manageable is what they call it, so everything's available to Davis Webb, the play caller right now. And if I'm Davis Webb, I'm going to go ahead and keep feeding some of these receivers that have shown up. And I'm starting with Cameron Ross. He has just been all over the field. Look out for our favorite, Steve, Joseph Manjack. If he gets an opportunity, he can go the distance as well.
Yeah, he went off in the 2nd half in Atlanta last week. Here's 3rd down and 4. Stidham's out of the gun. Packers bring the heat, picked up nicely. Stidham steps and fires, able to complete. It is Humphrey again. Out to midfield, just beyond the logo. Great job with the pass protection there.
And pass protection sets up the time, and then Jarrett Stidham delivering the ball to Humphrey's left side. And that's important because he wants Humphrey by this throw to stop and turn. So he turns around in his shoes right there in the shadow, gets upfield.
Bidet on the carry. Broncos want to go quickly. Let's see if they move too fast as the flag comes in.
Holding. Offense number 63. 10-yard penalty. Replay, 1st down.
That's Alex Palczewski, who is the top swing guy on that offensive line. And when everybody's healthy to start the season, Bowles, Powers, Wattenberg, we think, Miners, and McGlinchey, that's also one of the best units in the NFL.
And they proved it again tonight, keeping Bo Nix clean all night long. On the top of the right here is where you're going to see Alex Palczewski. Doesn't seem much of a hold. Cox went inside. You got to kind of wash him down, but referees threw the flag.
1st down and 7. Or 20, I beg your pardon. From the 41. And met in the backfield is Bidet. Loss of 5 on the play. Kamal Hadden able to make the stop in the backfield for Green Bay. He was injured last season. He made an attempt to tackle Derrick Henry. You really don't want to do that. Put himself on IR with an ankle.
And right there, that play where you kind of fake a quick pass, you have to have the bubble screen working. Otherwise, safeties will just fire down like just happened.
Stidham throws, completes to the far sideline. That's Cameron Ross for 12.
Jarrett Stidham is really firing the football tonight. His first drive, he was good, don't get me wrong, but he has just found another gear, quickly diagnosing the play and getting rid of the football. You heard Coach Payton at the half talk about how that's a quarterback stat, in his opinion, taking sacks. Jarrett Stidham out here, getting rid of that football quickly.
3rd down and 14 for the Broncos, out beyond the 45. Stidham on the run. Throws able to complete just shy of midfield. It's Bidet out of the backfield for a short gain. Nowhere near the marker. Pressure from Nigel Kelly, the rookie out of UCF. Brings up a 4th down and a punt for Jeremy Crawshaw.
And the Packers defense really showing up here after the first couple drives by the Broncos. Have not allowed a lot of conversions on 3rd down, gotten pressure, drawn penalties. So if you're the Packers, you're thrilled with your performance right now. If you're the Broncos, you want to find a way to change the momentum of this game.
Just Crawshaw's 2nd punt of the night. Will Shepard, who caught a touchdown earlier, is back. He will not fair catch. 10-11. And a host of white jerseys on top of him. Nothing doing for the Broncos in their first possession of the 2nd half. Green Bay football when we come back, up by 13. Official windows and siding partner of the Denver Broncos. Broncos GM George Paton had the usual busy off season, and a big part of it with such a good team is retaining your own great talent.
And I love the deal with J.K. Dobbins. He adds an edge to this offense. Alex Singleton is the most underrated linebacker in the NFL.
Whoa.
Justice Sternad getting the bag. Happy for him. And a lot of those guys drafted by the Broncos as well. Not J.K., but others.
Strong making a couple moves out towards the 20. Pickup of 8, a nice run on first down for Green Bay.
And how about for the Broncos roster and George Paton going out and getting Jalen Waddle? You always love when a team gets a player that you didn't even know was available.
And a player like Waddle who can stretch the field. Woo. So many more opportunities with him for Bo Nix in this offense. Kyle McCord is the third quarterback of the game. He'll hand off to Strong, and it's another first down for the Packers.
There's going to be a lot of different run coaching points for the defense. There you're trying to stop them from short yardage, but the run game has been effective for the Packers all night long. So some opportunities to change your keys and techniques for the Broncos defense.
Little play action. Throw it above the defender. And hit Cal Adomitis. Pick up a 12 on the play.
Jonah Ellis applying the pressure, but not fast enough. As the ball gets out, first down is gained.
So that's Messiah Swinson. There are double numbers in the NFL in preseason. Most teams have 3 and 4, and so let's give credit to Messiah Swinson, first-year player at Arizona State, on that last grab. Inside of 9 minutes to play in this third quarter. Got to look at Vance Joseph on the sideline. He can't be happy, but it's vanilla defense time. So how do you measure those emotions, expectations? Again, the Packers are running it down the Broncos' throats here.
Well, first and foremost, you let your first reaction be the reaction. If he's upset, that's what he's going to be like on game day in the regular season. And as a player, you want to know that. You want to know what that sounds like. The next is you start determining whether or not guys are making the team or hurting themselves.
Quick throw out to the left by McCord, and it's dropped. Jaden Nixon, rookie out of UCF, had it. Couple of flags on the field. We'll check it.
It's going to be a pick play ran by the Packers, and they're going to get called for pass interference. It's such a unique play.
Pass interference. Offense number 80. The penalties decline. Third down.
Declining the penalty. I'm going to give you a little, show you. Right. Oh, my telestrator's not working, but right there, you're going to see he hits Red Murdoch.
Oh, yeah.
You can't do that while the ball is still in the quarterback's hands.
Third down and 10. Kyle McCord under pressure, forget about it. He'll be dumped back at the 19-yard line. Q Robinson got home in a big way for a loss of 15.
And what a response by the Broncos defense. Your offense couldn't get it going, but now you've started to turn the momentum because of a quick hand swipe by Q Robinson. Way to go, young fella. Little dance move for you there, Steve. He's been paying attention to your dance moves. He knows.
See if we get a smile out of VJ now. Didn't look so happy before and eaten up by the run game, but Broncos will get the football back here. Wheeling on to punt. High spiraling kick. Katzis with 28. Left sideline looking for a return. Looks like he ran into his own guy. And is thumped down. Denver football trailing by 13 halfway through this third quarter. NFL preseason week number 2.
Part by Ramos Law Firm. Been hurt in an auto accident? Call the doctor lawyer Joseph Ramos. MD JD Ramos Law. What makes us different makes us better. Steve Levy with Ryan Harris back here in Denver, and maybe a spark from the Broncos defense. Jarrett Stidham's going to get another series here.
And he's been firing the football, so the fireworks could fly coming up.
All right. Under center to open up this drive. And you know Sam Ehlinger's coming out next. McLaughlin, little stutter step. Flag comes in as he gets to midfield. See if it's a 7-yard gain or not.
In the area of offensive holding.
Holding. Offense number 85. 10-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
Lucas Kroll, that'll wipe that out. Jarrett Stidham, last time we saw him in a real NFL game that counted, just about an impossible spot, right? He took one snap the whole regular season, didn't throw a pass the entire season until the AFC Championship game. And then, you know, there was some good and there were some rough moments as well, but a really tough spot for Stidham.
It is impossible for me to articulate how intense the playoffs are, how good everybody is. And that pass to Mims, everybody in the stadium started booking their tickets to the Super Bowl. But they had to temper those expectations against a good Patriots team. And if you're Jarrett Stidham, you just can't wait for the next opportunity. As a player, you say, these are the things I'm going to do different in that situation. I think that's also why you're seeing the Broncos keep him out here in the third quarter. Get him used to playing as much of a full game as you can before you get into the regular season.
And the window shortens for both Stidham and Ehlinger, right? Because Bo Nix actually played tonight. He didn't play last week. And if Bo plays again next week, that's less time for Stidham and Ehlinger to make their case that they should be the guy as the number 2 quarterback of the Broncos. Check down to McLaughlin. We'll go through a few Packers, leap beyond the 40, pick up a 4.
Jaleel McLaughlin is just so explosive. He's got speed, he can catch the ball, run it out of the backfield, pick up the blitz. For an undrafted player, he has really put together a fantastic NFL career. Here he scans for a blitzer, doesn't get there, gets his head around quick for his quarterback, gets some positive yards.
Goes 5'7", bulked up to 187, and is really thought of as a fabric glue guy in that Broncos locker room.
Well, he got the extension and has the respect of his teammates.
Third down and 11. Here's Stidham. Again, the protection is good. Throws, and it's caught. Should be enough for the first down. Cameron Ross went back to the quarterback to make the play. And a pickup of 12.
And an absolute laser from Jarrett Stidham. Offensive line gives him all day. You read 2 pages of a book, Steve. And then he finds Ross, hits him right between the numbers. What a play for Jarrett Stidham, and for Cameron Ross, his confidence is growing with every catch he makes.
Had a 28-yard run on a sweep a week ago. Also a solid return man. A lot in his arsenal. Baday's in there now on first down and 10. Here's Bidet trying to pick up blocks and stay on his feet. He'll get 4 there, and flag comes in.
Signals holding on the offense. Sean Payton disagrees.
Holding. Offense number 46. 10-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
That's on Prentice, the fullback. The center position is thin and an issue for the Broncos. But Cynthia, it's not just here in Denver. It's league-wide now, seemingly.
You ready for this list? Let's start with Nick Allegretti in Washington, Cade Mays for the Lions, Joe Pinter this week, and Tyler Biadasz for the Chargers, both this week. All lost. It's all about interesting tempo and making those changes now that that's happened. So if there is a silver lining to have some question at the center position for the Broncos, perhaps it's that they had that question early and had time to address it and figure it out for training camp.
Gavin Ortega is in there now at center. That highlights what Cynthia's talking about there. The rookie, who is listed as a tackle, can play some guard, also forced into a center position right now. Behind another career guard and Calvin Throckmorton.
Yeah, and Cynthia's right. You want to
Pass
have
interference. Defense number 27. First down at the spot of the foul.
And on that last play, Jaleel McLaughlin picking up the blitz to give Jarrett Stidham time. get the ball downfield for that penalty. Right in the middle there, you see Jaleel McLaughlin just absolutely picking up the blitz, giving Stidham just an extra second. Back to what Cynthia was saying about getting it out of the system early. One of the things it does for other offensive linemen, if you have a new center, that's like having a new quarterback on that offensive line.
Great
so you're
point.
getting used to hearing different voices so that if it happens in the season, it's not the first time it's going on.
Stidham on the ground. McLaughlin straight ahead, taking on opponents. Wants to keep it going. And Biotish, that's in the division with the Chargers. The Chargers always seem to have an offensive lineman get hurt.
Yeah, in the preseason, you got to do more yoga. I know, Steve, you're big on the yoga with me, but you gotta take care of the body, and then some of it you can't worry about. The injury rate is 100% in the NFL. If you play, you're gonna have some injuries.
I do cold yoga. Is that even a thing?
Not a thing.
That's not a thing.
That's not a thing. It's not like
hot
cold
yoga,
brew. It's hot yoga or no hot.
Got it. Cold yoga. I think I started something maybe. McLaughlin, little stutter step before he slammed out of bounds. Cynthia.
There it is. Rashawn Slater also hasn't been 100% for the Chargers, so they're down kind of 2 out of 5 of their starting offensive linemen from what they started with in the season, what we thought they would have.
Rashawn Slater, I think, one of the best young tackles in the game. Good thing, though, for the Chargers, they have a Notre Dame guy, Joe Alt. Look at that, second half. How about that, Steve?
I think that is the first mention of the night of the Irish. Very impressive. Here's Stidham. Finds Corey Schrader out of the backfield. Cody Schrader makes the grab, good for 5. And there's some momentum now coming here, some rhythm.
Well, here's the offensive line the Broncos have that's going to keep them in rhythm all season long, provided everybody can stay healthy. Garrett Bowles, all-pro tackle. Mike McGlinchey, a stalwart. And think of the experience of this offensive line. They've now seen every kind of defense. They've played in every type of game, and they just want to get started with this season.
Where were the dollar figures? Aren't they all making $10 million plus?
Offensive linemen a little more private. We don't want to let you know all that info.
Got it. 3rd down and 3. Schrader takes the ball out of Stidham. No gain there.
I think they go for it.
Scotty wants to chime in. Scotty Gaines, what do you say?
First off, I just want to talk to you guys, man. I want to say hello.
Hello.
Second, the offensive line, something that's forgotten about this squad is they've been together for so long, right? I talked to Quinn Miners about it on the first day of training camp, and he said that they literally are starting on a sprint. They don't need to learn anything new. He knows exactly what his teammates are going to do on the other side of the line, and it helps him so much. I'm excited to see it play out this year.
4th and 4, want to throw for it. Stidham instead takes off and runs for it, and slides down for the 1st down. And a roar from the crowd, picks up 6, keeps the drive alive.
Broncos country loves them some Jarrett Stidham. And here he makes the quick decision. Everybody's covered. Get back upfield. He gives a quick little look to find out where the 1st down marker is and gets it for the team.
That's an aspect of Stidham's game.
Yep. Back to what Scotty was saying about the O-line being together. One thing that you can do then is you can deceive the defensive line when it's a pass play. You can talk run, and you trust the guy next to you that they know that you are going to do the right thing in the pass protection.
Fumbled snap off the exchange as Stidham falls down on top of it. We'll see if that was Stidham's issue or Gavin Ortega. It's going to be a loss on the play.
Center position, you cannot hesitate at all. Everybody, including the quarterback, is planning on you snapping the ball just a hair early. You can kind of see Stidham's moving a little bit. The snap is just a hair late.
Davis Webb said with the way things are going at center, it's like duck, duck, goose there. Wattenberg, Forsythe. Dieter was there. He got injured. They signed Lecitus Smith. And now they're playing with Throckmorton and Ortega at the center position. Stidham, arm might have been hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Hakeem Butler was there and got batted up in the air, and he could not bring it down. M.J. Devonshire Jr. on the coverage for Green Bay.
Excellent play by the Green Bay Packers. Stidham getting rid of that. He knew he was going to take a hit. Right there, Hakeem Butler, you just want to play that corner a little more, and then you'll see the veteran receivers kind of fall back towards the sideline. That's to give them more space to catch the ball. There'll be a coaching point there for Hakeem Butler.
And Butler goes 6'5",
On 3rd and 11 now. Stidham, clean pocket, zip down the left sideline, incomplete. Butler couldn't corral it. Covered by Mervyn Kenyon III.
Just a hair outside by Jarrett Stidham. Kenyon III not able to kind of make a play there. And then Hakeem Butler just outside of his reach.
Yep. Butler tried to give himself some space with a little swipe. And here's Will Lutz looking to chip into this Packers lead. This will be a 38-yard field goal from the veteran Lutz out of the hold of Crawshaw. And the snapping battle between Fraboni and Basso. 10-point football game in Mile High. Of the Denver Broncos. It's an exciting back and forth matchup. Packers faced off against the Broncos. One of the best games last year, mid-December. Bo Nix outdueled Jordan Love for over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. Broncos secured their 11th straight win, improved their record to 12-2, and clinched the playoff spot for the 2nd consecutive year. And really it was the flip side for Green Bay. The Packers went into that game 9-3-1, had a 10-point lead. Micah Parsons was injured in that game, and Green Bay did not win again. They lost 5 consecutive games, including a playoff game. 3rd straight year, Green Bay's the 7 seed, and they've won 1 playoff game with Jordan Love at quarterback.
Kickoff out of bounds. Kicking team number 3. I roll the ball, will be placed at the 40-yard line. First down.
Punitive indeed for the lawyers out there.
Yep, yep. The language is real when it comes to the law.
And I am surrounded by them, and quite frankly, I'm uncomfortable.
Well, you're safe. We know that.
You and Barry, yeah.
Here's a list of the comebacks last year. The Giants game, it was on the Super Bowl 50 day where they brought our whole team back. What a monumental comeback win. And then the big win against Philadelphia, if I remember correctly, that was on the road and really kind of set the tone for the rest of the season. Gave players belief.
Kyle McCord strikes down the field and finds Isaiah Nayer for the big gain. Might take us to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Nayer wide open after the play fake from McCord and gets upfield Excellent tackle there by the Broncos to save that touchdown. Brent Austin, touchdown saving tackle.
Good for 28 yards on the strike from Kyle McCord, who has been impressive. And that, in fact, will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Pretty sure I just said that. Now the repetitive. 10-point game on our way to the 4th here in Denver.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Steve Levy with Ryan Harris, Cynthia Freeland, Scotty Gaines, and the entire 9 News squad. Back here at Empower Field at Mile High, week 2 of the NFL's preseason. Packers have the football, enjoying a 23-13 lead over the Broncos. Handoff. Jaden Nixon is met in the backfield immediately. Dropped by Reese Taylor. He's been a practice squad player the last few seasons. Loss of 3 on the play.
Tyler Onyedum getting in there as well. Redirect the back. That's perfect. One hand washing the other on defense. So now the Broncos made a little adjustment, and that run game's not looking so good for the Packers.
2nd and 13. So we open up quarter number 4. McCord takes the snap. Quick throw out to the right with blockers set up for Will Shepard. Pick up a 6 on the play.
Well, Brent Austin came up and took 2 blockers away by just firing and hitting there and allowing for all the defenders to get to the football. So the defense for the Broncos has to drink the right Gatorade at the quarter break, because they are playing different here in this 4th quarter.
The orange Gatorade, obviously.
Yeah.
3rd down and 7. See the Broncos get a stop and get off the field. Packers kicking game has been so strong with the rookie Trey Smack well in his field goal range. McCord throws left sideline, caught by Nair, who's been a factor here in the 2nd half. Picks up 11, and I'll tell you, young McCord has been rather impressive too.
Yeah, now he's looking at one half of the field, so this is preseason. You do that in the regular season, you're going to be throwing a lot of interceptions, but he delivers it on the money. And Nair making his name known throughout the NFL with his performance tonight. Packers always seem to have that one receiver that nobody saw that's exceptional, and this year that's Nair.
No Jaden Reed, a scratch in the Packers lineup tonight, if you're looking for him. On 1st down and 10, just inside the 20. Jaden Nixon straight ahead, taking people on, and he slams inside the Broncos 5, good for 15.
Got a injured Bronco, Tyson Anderson. Here, just a gut run, they call it, right down the belly button of the defense. And you'll see at the end of the play, Anderson's going to stop him, but also receive the blow. That's probably why he's just resting there for a minute. Hopefully he gets up, and he's getting up as I say that, walking off on his own. Always what you want to see.
Got a free agent deal, a 1-year deal from the Broncos after was being a key cog for the Bengals on their special teams squad. Good to see him able to walk off.
Now, if you're the Broncos, you got to keep them out of the end zone. If you're the Packers, you want to put the nail in the coffin and deal the Broncos their first preseason loss in 8 games.
1st down and goal from the 3. McCord wants to throw for it, and it's incomplete. Nair, the intended target, as usual. Reese Taylor had the coverage for the Broncos.
Good job not getting a penalty. And right there, you're going to see Taylor gets his hands off.
I was waiting for the flag.
Yep. But if you're not going to get the perfect pass, oftentimes defensive backs panic, especially younger ones. But not right there. Taylor doing everything he needed to do.
2nd and goal. Go back to the ground game to Jaden Nixon. Trying to push across the line, and he gets there. Touchdown, Green Bay Packers.
Gutsy run by Nixon. He's going to get met about 1 yard from the end zone and just keeps those legs moving. That's why those running backs do squats. Good initial stop, but then weren't able to just finish outside of the end zone. Credit to Nixon, finishing in the end zone, giving his team some excitement.
Hey, the Packers have been really impressive tonight.
Yep.
Ever since trailing 10-7 in this football game, it's really been all Green Bay.
I think Matt LaFleur is one of the best play callers in the NFL, and he's showing that tonight.
See, the official jumps in there to prevent the ball from being snapped.
Don't see that often.
That'll look to reset for Trey Smack. Cal Adomitis is the long snapper. They'll get Matt Orzik back. He's on the pup currently with a calf injury. Snap in the place. And it's good. And Green Bay has put a 30-burger on the Broncos here in Denver tonight. We're still 12.5 to play in the 4th. We'll see about those clean evaluations the rest of the way.
Indeed.
For Denver. Hometown dealerships of your Denver Broncos.
Great shot of Union Station there, downtown Denver. We got lights and water over here, Steve.
I see that. Rockies were home tonight.
Yep. J. Cole concert going on as well, which is even more impressive that Broncos country showed up here. So much going on in Denver.
Sean Payton mentioned it. They got 70,000 fans here. I'm not sure where else you get 70,000 for a preseason game these days.
Well, Broncos country loved last season. It was such an exciting ride.
Hey, maybe Green Bay,
yeah,
right here, right? That's these two franchises, their two fan bases are truly among the best. Katzis, the return just shy of the 30. Listen, there'll be some people in Broncos country that all they cared about was Bo Nix's return tonight. Did he leave happy and healthy? And I think they probably checked that box.
Yes, to both. Not only was he happy and healthy, but got Waddle involved, Troutman, as many receivers as you want him to throw to, he connected with. And he was just masterful. And coach said he's been doing this. I've seen it in practice and training camp. But it's quite another thing to come out and do it, especially on the same field that you left last time with an injury.
Sam Ehlinger in the football game, his throw able to complete out to the 35. Hooks up with Justin Jolie. There are the numbers from Ehlinger a week ago. So Bo had 2 drives. Jarrett Stidham had 5 drives. And now it'll be Sam Ehlinger the rest of the way.
Ehlinger wants to throw 2 touchdown passes here in this 4th quarter. Get his team within striking distance.
Cody Schrader for the first down. Down to Scotty.
You guys, 66,371 fans filled this place tonight. Of course, to see Bo Nix play for those 2 drives, but that was like 90 minutes ago. Look at Broncos country still. The lower bowl is still pretty full. They're down 30-13, and there's still a ton of blue and orange in this stadium. More people are here than they were in Atlanta at kickoff. It's remarkable what Broncos country does. Ryan, was it like this in the Super Bowl 50 days?
It was. Broncos country shows up, and especially when you got a guy like Peyton Manning as we had. I just want to see him come on the field. I'll never forget those, Steve. My first preseason game was with Peyton. Jogging out behind him, it felt like a Gatorade commercial. I see Manning 18. I'm like, what am I doing here? It's so strange, but it's fun for fans. And one of the things about the preseason too, you get some Friday night football games, and everybody likes Friday night football.
The Broncos home sellout streak dates back to 1970. Think about that for a second.
Wow.
They've got 100,000 fans merely on the waiting list. That speaks to Broncos country. And Atlanta just keeps catching strays, by the way, right?
They did it to themselves.
Falcons fan base, they can't catch a break.
Yep.
If it's not Peyton, it's you and I, and it's Scotty a week later in the 4th quarter.
One person who's not catching strays is Jolie. Sam Ehlinger putting it on him, and Jolie had a great week of practice when I was out there this week. Took him a little bit of time to get used to this Sean Payton offense. He's really started to find himself, and he's going to be a key asset for the Broncos if he can play and stay healthy.
5th round draft pick out of NC State entering his rookie season. First down and 10. Ehlinger didn't feel the pressure, somehow able to escape like a magician. He avoids the sack and at least gets back to the line of scrimmage. That was impressive.
Call that the dead shoulder move by quarterbacks. You kind of go limp for a second. You give the defender the idea that you're going to go down, and then you break away quickly. So you'll see Sam here. He's going to get pressure from the left side. Kind of acts like he's going down, then whoop, nope, I'm coming back up. And wisely just tries to get beyond the line of scrimmage, get back to make it 2nd and manageable.
That was Arden Walker for the Packers, who was just claimed this week from Minnesota. Interesting claim within the division. And he had the pressure. 4 seconds on the play clock. Ehlinger looks frustrated and signals for the timeout.
Timeout. Timeout. Denver. This first of the half.
And now he'll talk it over with Davis Webb, and see Nix and Stidham right out there as well.
Yep, they're still engaged. That's what you want to see. You want to see those veterans cheering on the young players, hoping to make a roster.
Welcome back to Empower Field here at Mile High. The score right now, well, it's 30-13. The bad guys, the Packers. We get to say that because it's preseason. But let's take a look at the actual schedule when the games start counting. Of course, the opener is in Kansas City against the Chiefs, and then it's hosting the Jags. And then we have the Rams here as well, and followed by a trip to the 49ers, and then the Chargers, and then the Seahawks. So it's a pretty difficult start to the schedule. However, it's kind of an advantage to get the Chiefs first. Why? Well, with a lot of changes to their defense, and a Spags defense that usually takes a couple of weeks or even a few months to get going, it's a great time to hit them, especially with, we're not even sure if Patrick Mahomes is 100%.
Ryan, you buy that?
I do not. I mean, whether or not Patrick Mahomes is 100%, he wants to come out and try and change the narrative of the Chiefs against the Broncos. And Cynthia's absolutely right. If you're the Broncos, that Spagnuolo defense that does a lot of zero blitz, got a lot of safeties in the line of scrimmage, it's a lot of communication that takes time to work out. But you also don't have to hope that your opponent isn't all together, because that's the quality that you have on this roster here with the Denver Broncos.
Oh, Allen going to be swallowed up by Anthony Campbell, first-year player of Miami, and that'll go as a loss of 9. But it's all relative, right? There's never a good time to go to Arrowhead.
No.
But Cynthia believes at least week 1, maybe you catch him off guard a little bit, maybe.
And this Broncos team is far more aware and has much more experience beating the Chiefs than not. So to them, they don't care where you play them. And that's the exact mentality you have to have no matter what team you're on. Whoever, whenever, whatever time, wherever the flight is, we'll be there, and we want to win.
Crawshaw to punt it away. Will Shepard is back deep. Angled kick goes out of bounds. And we'll see where they spot it. Crawshaw's watching for it, too. Green Bay football from their own 21 when we come back. Railroad. Book your train ride today at RoyalGorgeRoute.com. And make sure you root for the home team.
There you go.
Speaking of home team, these fans still have hope.
Hope and fun. A lot of times, too, my grandfather would give us his preseason tickets, and as a kid, it was just as good as a real game.
Right.
You know,
if you're a kid, you don't know
fireworks.
Right.
There's all things going on. You get a hot dog. Yeah, of course.
Candy.
So shout out to all the parents bringing the young and future fans of football to the game.
Cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Thunders running out there after touchdowns.
We had a Viking back in Minnesota that would come out on a Harley Davidson.
Kyle McCord to McAllen Castles, and a flag comes in. Now, were you back at the old Met Stadium or not?
Nope, but I did touch the plate.
Offside, defense number 57, 5-yard penalty.
Okay.
First down.
So Bud Grant was not the coach
He was
when
not.
you were growing up rooting for the
Nope.
Vikings.
I was there for Chris Carter's 100 touchdown pass. I saw Randy Moss in all his glory.
Right.
There when he learned how to watch the big board, when he could run faster.
No Fran Tarkenton,
Nope.
Chuck Foreman.
Brad Johnson.
Got it.
Dante Culpepper. How about that name for you?
I forget how young you actually were.
Yep. Coconut butter. That's all you need, Steve. Keeps the wrinkles away.
On first down and 5, Jaden Nixon will get a steady diet of the football. Pick up a Ford. Time now for a quick word from Ford.
It's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event.
Off they go, spreading capability across America.
Great deals, great trucks.
Great time to buy. And JD Power says Ford is now #1 in new vehicle quality.
All the hauling and towing they'll do. Wish I could go with them.
Sure looks like fun.
But the deals end soon. Better hurry.
Get 0% APR for 36 months and $1,000 toward your down payment on select Ford vehicles, plus $500 final days bonus cash.
Kyle McCord to Thomas Yasmin. First-year player out of Utah for 6. Keeps the clock moving inside of 7 minutes left in this fourth quarter.
Utah's putting together a nice program out there. A lot of players coming to the NFL. You always love that when new schools come up. Washington's like that as well. Iowa's all of a sudden turning out defensive backs. Didn't see that one coming.
On first down and 10. From the 31 now. Kyle McCord's been good for the second straight week. Able to complete to Will Shepard, who's putting together some nice tape and a nice night tonight. Pick up a 5.
And one of the things that defense will do in the regular season is drop a defensive end or something like that to shut down the quick passing game. But in the preseason, you kind of want that uncomfortability on your defense. All right, we're not going to help you here. What do you do? And that's the evaluation that Sean Payton talks about with players. They know what they can do in the season, but we want to see how you operate when it's less than ideal conditions, less than ideal scenario or matchup.
Second down and 5. Damian Martinez, his first carry, pick up a 4. So the highlight of tonight for Denver will be Bo Nix's return. The low light could be the injury to Riley Moss. This was on the second play from scrimmage tonight. Looked like he'd recovered a fumble. You see him grabbing the rib cage on his right side.
Yep.
And right to the blue tent and did not return.
Hopefully he'll be okay. Sometimes that buckle from your shoulder pads hits your ribs too, right underneath your jersey. So that could have been it as well. But hopefully Riley Moss is going to be just fine.
You think about how important that Moss is. He's a starting corner, but he plays opposite Pat Surtain. So he's going to get picked on and thrown at. He was the most targeted player in the NFL last season. And again, that's less about Moss and more of a compliment to Surtain. But if you have to go one deeper than Moss, might be in some trouble there. That'd be a critical injury.
You've got Chris Abrams-Drain. Got a lot of people back
Jahdae
there.
Barron,
Quan McMillan.
First-round draft pick from a season ago.
You got a lot of options. But the big thing is with Riley Moss that people miss, you got to have the right character to be somebody opposite a superstar. Not everybody wants to be picked on like that. Not everybody can handle the pressure. At one point, he had 9 pass interference penalties when they got to the bye week. But then he was also playing in the AFC Championship game. So you got a guy in Riley Moss who wants to be there and is ready for everything coming his way.
Scotty.
The Broncos have a bit of an embarrassment of riches at that cornerback position, right? Who did they draft in the first round last year? Jahdae Barron. We asked Vance Joseph in our meeting, what's the deal with Jahdae Barron? Where is he going to play? And the plan for him is to keep improving. Vance Joseph said that he can play multiple spots, corner, nickel, dime, safety, all over the field. But if need be, he can go in and play corner and do a pretty good job, I'd assume.
Broncos lost Lavelle Bailey last week, and this week he was waived with an injury designation, a leg fracture. So you see those kinds of things happening in the preseason. You hate for it to happen at any time.
Yep.
And team depth is tested. And Scotty points out, I guess you have to have an injury They are fortunate to have great depth in defensive backfield.
And you got Jahdae Barron's pick 6 last week. We'll show you that. A deflection off of Corrine Reed turned into a 96-yard pick 6 for Jahdae Barron. We talked to him after the game. I don't think I've seen a player smile that big, Steve, in a post-game interview. But Jahdae Barron got to turn on the Jets and get that big play. You want one play to say, oh, I got this in the preseason, especially as a young player. And Jahdae Barron flew around all night tonight when he was in. He is a player on the ascent.
Here's McCord. Steps and fires, still throwing. Ball was up for grabs, and somehow the Packers came down with it. Will Shepard, great catch in traffic that looked like a pick opportunity for Reese Taylor and the Broncos.
And a little dead shoulder here from Kyle McCord. Steps up in the pocket, and you said it, Steve. Just put it where only Shepard could catch it. The Colorado Buff having a night in Colorado.
I thought 2 Broncos had a chance at that. Miles Scott was in the vicinity as well.
McCord showing some guts, throwing that football.
Little hesitation run down to the 20. And that in all likelihood will take us down to the 2-minute warning.
Go Pack Go chant started briefly there. Ended quickly, but I thought they'd bring that out earlier than the 4th quarter.
2-minute warning here in Denver. Packers having their way with the Broncos tonight.
Was it a fumble? Was it a pick? What? Are we punting? Are we going for it? Like, what are we doing? I don't know what's going on, guys. I got you Wagyu.
Watch with NFL Plus.
Don't get stuck without football. Get live, local, and primetime games on mobile with NFL Plus, and keep the NFL in reach.
Hey, where's the food?
Out of the 2-minute warning here in Denver, the Packers all over the Broncos tonight, 30-13. Steve Levy back with Ryan Harris. What will be the immediate impact felt after a game like this?
A little bit of humble pie for the defense that had an outstanding first game against Atlanta and a great week of practice, but then went against a top-tier offense and had some coaching points that they'll take into this week.
Well, you don't want to overreact. The biggest bummer to me is you will not be able to talk about the 8-game preseason winning streak.
It was fun while it lasted, Steve.
You'll be next week, but they've won 8 of the last 9 preseason games. Here's Kyle McCord. Catch is made, flipped up in the air. Now they're going to say incomplete now. Keyshawn Johnson could not haul it in. Bring up a 3rd down and 8.
Kyle McCord here moving the pocket a little bit. Play action pass. That's the benefit when you run the football. You're going to get opportunities like this for the defense to overcommit. Receiver couldn't come up with it.
Might have been out of bounds anyway, if he did hang on to it. You can hear the go, Pack, go. Now that the stadium's emptied out. These Green Bay people, they travel well too. Damian Martinez. It is amazing for the smallest market in the NFL, and it's not just in person or on the road. Packers on television, ratings spike.
Yeah.
Explosion.
Well, a lot of their fans are owners, they would want us to say.
Yes.
We've seen some cheeseheads with the owners label on the front. And, and like I say, I'm from the Midwest too. We love getting out of the Midwest. So Packers fans, a lot of vacationing to go see their team.
You mentioned Augusta earlier. For a football fan, a pro football fan, bucket list has to be Lambeau Field.
100%. As players, you go out when your first game, whoever, they always ask, is this your first game at Lambeau? Get some extra time to get out there early so you can enjoy it.
Trey Smack from 38 yards away. What else is new? Smack and the Pack having themselves a night. Here's a good look at Lambeau Field. Although the tundra will not be frozen tonight after a 100-degree day here in Denver. A little colder in Green Bay, probably. All it remains. That will end this week 2 of the NFL preseason for both the Green Bay Packers and the Denver Broncos. Minnesota Vikings come to town next week. Maybe we'll see some Kyler.
Yep, Kyler Murray named the starting quarterback. Vikings look good in their first preseason game. They're going to run the football a lot. And another good test, especially after the run game here of the Packers. You want to get that test if you're the Denver Broncos, for even if it's your 2s and 3s in the 3rd preseason game.
The odds-on favorites from the NFC North: Lions, then Packers, then Bears, then Vikings.
Don't tell Chicago that. I think the Bears are. It's going to be between the Bears and the Packers in that division.
All right. Our play of the game brought to you by Colorado Lottery. You play, Colorado's outdoors win. Our play of the game feels like a long time ago, buddy.
Yep, Bo Nix going to his 3rd option. R.J. Harvey hitting him in stride for his first touchdown pass back after injury. Bo Nix lit it up. Gave you a lot to be excited about when it comes to this season.
And that might have been the one Denver highlight. I guess the throw to Waddle too.
Yep.
Count. Benito was explosive when he was on the field. Cody Schrader now.
Cody Schrader's made himself a name in just a short amount of time here in Denver. Had a good first game against Atlanta and built on it a little bit, getting in on special teams too. Good for him.
Sam Ehlinger. These are tough reps to get, right? You're out of the game. It's late in the game. You're with the threes. It's part of it. I get it. It's part of the deal.
But a pro says here's an opportunity. This is an opportunity here on 2nd and 4.
And what is likely the last play of the game. Cody Schrader. And the Broncos don't have to run another play. And why would you?
First thing's going to be making sure Riley Moss is healthy, checking in on him, and all the players on the sideline are going to go stop by his locker, ask him how he's doing. But a lot that you're happy about and some coaching points to work on, and you would rather learn those lessons now so that you're ready for the season than to wait and figure this out week 8.
There's Matt LaFleur. He's going to go up against his brother in Arizona next week.
Yep.